Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Shadows of Nox. This is the final session for the spoof files, the case of sound and waves. I don't know why Kit's waving. That's distracting. Why is he doing that?
To say hi. Do you not understand what hi is?
Anyway, I am today's GM. Hopefully, everybody will have fun as we finish solving the case. You can catch me here for doing other things. I'm on the Power Rangers podcast for season 3 as the Green Ranger. Every other Wednesday, you can catch me on the other Power Rangers game, Centurion Ridge, as the Red Ranger. Once spooky season is over, we'll be picking back up with being villainous, so I'm excited for that. Occasionally, you can catch me on Lucas G Variety when we can schedule it for Fallout, which in fact I think we're having Fallout tomorrow. That pretty much covers me. Actually, no, I'm in Avatar every other Tuesday. I forgot about that. I always forget because it's new. And I am playing The Prodigy, which is a lot of fun. I hope to give everybody headaches. All right, we're going to go down the list as I see it on Discord. Since he was so kind to put himself at the top with a number, we're going to start with Joe.
That was done against my will by Tesla, but that's fine. Hi, everybody. I am Joe, also known as Clockwork Tuba. You can find me on Twitch and YouTube under the same name. I am on Shadow of Nox. I'm in the Avatar games. I'm also in the other opposite Tuesdays doing Shadowrun. I'm in a couple of the different one-shots, including this Sunday we're doing 10 Candles. And then all of that leading up to Halloween itself. Tonight I am playing Professor Cuthbert Cropper, who I'm not sure if I've mentioned this before on stream, has tenure, and it's very important to him.
I mean, who knew? I don't think anybody knew.
I know, it's a deep, dark secret of the character I have kept hidden for a very long time.
Excellent. Let's take a look. Continuing down the list, next we have our newest Shadows of Nox cast member, Gray.
Hi, I'm DarkerThanGrey. I'm under the same name on Twitter, where I post the occasional blurb of writing or art thing. This is the only thing I've been in here so far, but there may be more. Who can say?
Who can say indeed?
I play Heidi Bäcker, mother and janitor. She may or may not have a husband. We don't know. He's there ostensibly. Ostensibly. Schrodinger's
husband, as he has been mentioned.
There's a paper trail existing around him, somewhat.
Indeed, including the dean having gotten a gift from him. All right, continuing down the list, next is Kit.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kit. I've been in a number of the quick little one-shots for spooky season here on Shadow of Nox. I'm going to be in the super fun alien game that Isabis is going to run for us to close this whole bit of nonsense out. Once it starts back up, I'm in Being Villainous as our local owl necromancer, because why not? I am also in the Avatar game, playing Sister Chime. She has anxiety. It's perfectly fine. And in Lucas G Variety's Fallout game, I play V4/CS70R. Jesus, I finally messed it up on camera. Doing a great job, everybody. But most importantly, for this game, I'm playing Kitkage, athletic scholarship student looking for archaeology, and I was right.
Yes, I was waiting for that. All right, continuing again down the list, we're going to go with Rezin.
Hey there, you guys can find me here on Rezin the Owlbear. Occasionally I stream. You can also find me here on the Shadow of Nox, where I'm currently in too many games. I mean, everything. Are they doing something? I'm in it, except for the podcast. I'm not in the podcast or the Power Ranger Centurion Ridge or any of the other So I'm not in everything.
It fell apart
I'm
real
in all
fast.
the yeah. I'm in everything that's being as a special this month. So you can catch me again Saturday, where we're going to play Investigation Destination or Destination Investigation. I think I got that
Destination
right the second.
investigation.
Yeah, the Destination Investigation, where we're going to play Ghost Hunters essentially, Scooby-Doo kind of gang. And then Sunday we have the delightful and wonderful Tesla running 10 Candles, and I'll get to play in that. And then Tuesday I'll be in Avatar. I play Cha Mu, who is the leader or pillar of the group. And that's really fun. Watch me struggle to maintain the group focus. Yay! And tonight, I'll play your caffeine addicted senior who's trying to get his PhD in psychology. That's right, the one, the only, the Bob Ivan.
Who's currently near death.
Who is currently near death?
Who is
These
currently
things
near
happen.
death and basically has a band-aid on everything and a cup of coffee finally in his hands.
Excellent, excellent. And last but certainly not least, our wonderful tech person who made this game possible, who did so much for me to make sure that this was successful, Elizabeth.
I didn't do that much. I am
you kidding?
Elizabeth. I am here tonight playing Alexis Fletcher. She is a journalism student who the majority of people on the campus really just don't like because she is a little pushy. And
No.
just a
You're
little.
actively investigating me for fraud.
I have no idea what you're talking about. If you have nothing to hide, then this should not be a problem. Which I think is her motto. If you have nothing to hide, this should not be a problem. I am in literally everything else that was mentioned except for Avatar and Shadowrun. I am not playing in 10 Candles, but I will be watching because I have to take note of all of the raffles. I am in Fallout. I am in Power Rangers. I am running Aliens. Starting Sunday, November 3rd, every other Sunday, you will catch me over on Enchanting Sorcery running Call of Cthulhu. What else am I doing? That's about it. Speaking of the raffle, we are still doing our raffle. Hashtag Spooky Snacks twice per game. Every game that we're running this month. Up until Aliens when I tell you no more. And then I will pick a winner at the end. And you will get a mystery box full of wonderful, delicious, fun, nerdy stuff. Oh my goodness, I got all three of you. We have so many. I think we're almost at 100 entries for this raffle at this point.
I feel like a quarter of them are tuba.
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah. There's
Yeah.
a lot. There's a lot of tuba.
I'm sorry that I'm dedicated to Shadow of Nux content and show up and make sure
No.
I'm participating in all the streams.
It's totally
You should
fine.
be sorry.
It's totally fine because you know what? If you win, you're gonna get something deliciously baked by Panajon, and gift cards for Norse Foundry and whatever else John and Lottie put in this box.
Because
Which
clearly I
I
need more
don't
dice.
know. I don't even think they know what they're putting in this box. Besides the baked good and the stuff.
Did I just hear you say blasphemy there, Joe? Did you just
Oh.
say you don't need more dice?
No. I said because clearly I need more dice as I am sitting between my pound of dice and my dragon scale dice bag and the assorted travel dice sets I have just in case I need to grab a couple sets and go.
Just in
And
case.
that's not even all the dice I have.
You're so real for that. I literally backed a 5e supplement on Kickstarter just for the custom dice that were going to come with it.
Absolutely. Sorry,
That's
we
valid.
kind of interrupted Elizabeth at the end there. Go.
I was done. I'm done.
All right.
I have no more.
Excellent.
Everything's
All right.
fine now.
That definitely makes sure things have. Yes. Anyway, that covers introductions. Hooray! Now we're gonna go on to my favorite segment for every game I run. Who remembers what happened last time?
I
Bob
found
Ivan-
out the warehouse was real.
God.
Some other stuff probably happened too.
Bob Ivan got treated like a prey animal, picked
Yeah,
up and
Evan-
dropped.
Evans got dropped from the sky. We found the large
Evans.
oily feather of doom. No, Evans. It's not even none of it's proper for your name. It doesn't matter. You're not on the history track. I don't know you, so you're Evans.
That's fair. That's fair. I took it once early in my, and that was it.
Gotta get them humanities credits.
Yep.
We found the giant feather of doom, which was related to a horn that was made out of a nautilite shell. I then immediately left everyone to go find the horn, despite them trying to do more investigations because screw that, I've got tenure. We then got interrupted by the dean, who revealed that she is the head of a secret society that is dedicated to stopping the bad stuff from happening up and around. What is the name of this college? Hunter Blackwood University. And the horn is missing. We got the special key to the fancy library. And then Ken and Alexis then broke into to find the tapes. Which I'm guessing is the second date for Ken, and is still the zeroth date for Alexis.
Possibly. Anybody else have anything to add? Because Joe apparently was like, "I'm on this."
My brain works like
We've-
this. I apologize.
We found out that the horn summons a siren to do probably murders. It might do other stuff, but it's mostly been used for murders.
I've
Or-
also absconded with the coffee pot from the archaeology's break room.
Yeah.
I'm currently chugging coffee.
I guess technically we don't know that it's murders. We know people disappear.
We know that the siren may be hanging out in that one sports complex, considering it's been
hashtag
the pool
justice
has
for
been moved.
Goshu.
The pool cover has been moved there twice.
If I remember correctly, when we went to go check the security tapes, we didn't have like outright footage, but thanks to ridiculous rolls from our investigative journalist student, we found like the tapes leading up to the tapes being removed. Am I remembering that right, or did I just have a stroke?
No, yeah, that was your cliffhanger.
Yeah, no. You have discovered missing tapes that should have shown you who took the Nautilus shell.
Right. And I have my whip.
we were also checking the cameras to see if we could see who was entering the building around the time that we think they were stolen, and I think that was the actual cliffhanger. Unless somebody just said
Correct.
that and I am a goof.
Nope, that is exactly where we left off. Excellent. People remember. That's good. That's good. And nobody's in mortal danger like they were last time, maybe.
I'm sure you'll
Give me a
find
minute.
one.
I'm a sneeze away from dying.
Stiff breeze, more like.
Yeah.
You're fine. Don't be a baby.
Anyway,
Yeah, guys.
Rub some dirt on.
Don't do that. You'll get an infection.
Infections are tomorrow's problem.
walk it off. Anyway, some of you are in the S.P.O.O.F library. 2 of you are specifically still in the security building.
Mm-hmm.
Alexis, were you planning on watching the tapes in the security building or taking them elsewhere?
I was planning on just watching them there, but I can take them if that would be better.
It is entirely up to you. I'm asking based on what your preference is.
Yeah, she was just gonna watch them there.
Excellent. All right, so there are, in fact, tape decks for viewing tapes and going back and viewing the footage. How many of you have seen? I know one of you hasn't, but how many of you remember seeing security footage from the 90s?
It's bad.
Yes.
It's really bad. It's grainy. Sometimes it flickers.
It's bad. It's grainy. Usually there's colors off. It all depends on the quality of the camera. So what I would like for you to do, I want you to make me a photography roll to see how well you can use the equipment to clear up the picture.
You gonna roll for me? Oh, it's paused.
It shouldn't be.
Oh, on mine.
It's not
Hold on,
for
hold on,
me.
hold on.
It's not
Mine's
paused
just
on my
being-
screen.
Mine's just being weird. Give me a second.
Okay.
I have like a lot
No,
going on
we
here.
all have to interrupt you and tell you that it's not pause.
Well,
It's not paused.
all of you can kiss my ass. 43. That is a high.
That's a high. Excellent. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
because
that's-
your photography is ridiculous, like everybody else who decided to specialize in something. Anyway, okay. So with a high result, you're able to get a pretty clear picture. It looks like the person was definitely being cautious, because you're making out a hoodie which has the Hunter Blackwood symbol on the front. It is like a sort of burgundy color. They're wearing jeans and what looks like, to your best guess, some sort of um, didact, which is this world's, this particular Earth's athletic shoe that starts with A. I'm going to let you all fill in the blanks, and if you can't, too bad. Because it has the distinctive 3 stripes on a white background. They apparently were carrying it. They were carrying something in a box when they left the building, and they looked like they were in a rush. As far as you can tell, they went off in the direction of Greek Row.
Great. My least favorite place. I guess we should regroup with the rest of everybody and tell them what I found.
Yeah, all right.
So I guess that's what we're
Excellent.
gonna do.
All right, the two of you arrive at the library while everybody else is doing research, and do you remember where the dean told you the spoof library was?
Behind the picture of the founder or that.
Yep,
Correct.
in the text.
In the stacks, which the stacks are in order to help preserve the books in a climate controlled environment, underground. Because older books require more protection. You are in fact let down into the stacks area, as the librarian was told by the professor that he was expecting you. They left the door open to the spoof library because none of them said they closed it, which is good because you wouldn't have had a way to get in if they had.
Don't want to leave the door open to your spooky library. Get us some help that's actually trained to deal with the spooky stuff.
You're an archaeology professor, and I have a whip. We got this.
None of us are qualified.
It's not hard to hear them rooting around and or see one of them, like possibly Bob Ivan, because he's on either too much or not enough caffeine. It's hard to say as he reads a book.
It's not enough. It's not enough caffeine for the day.
It's hard to say.
He also needs to eat something.
When you haven't eaten anything and you say that it's not enough, but any amount at all without food in you is too much.
That's what they keep saying, but here I am.
You're gonna die at 40.
It's ridiculous. He's gonna die right now. Anyway,
Yeah.
Or sometime today.
uh,
The day is still young.
I assume, like you said, it's not too hard for us to find them. Hey, Alexis found a thing.
So did we.
Oh, neat.
Uh,
What'd you guys find?
I roll out
Whoops.
the scroll that has the Greek scroll that had this translation about how the horn sound, like when you blow the horn, it will summon a siren to do the bidding of the blower of the horn.
Does it say anything about how to make them go back?
We had not gotten that far in the scroll. I think that was our cliffhanger. Was like it was the revelation that hey, somebody's doing this shit, and then we went over to you guys. So I don't know if the scroll does say that or not.
The scroll does, in fact, say the only way to make the creature go away is to order it to leave
Oh goody.
or kill it.
Does the scroll imply if it's the same creature? Like if you kill it, is the horn just now no longer be able to be used, or is it like you kill it and then someone can use the horn again to summon a new one?
There's nothing that tells you either way.
Okay. Stupid ancient Greeks not, giving us clear instructions on how to stop this thing.
That's in part 2 of the scrolls.
Yeah.
For
Checked out from
1999.
College of Alexandria. Ah, son of a bitch. Okay. What did you two find?
The security footage from that time was stolen. But I found some cameras that show who I think took it. They were carrying a box and heading towards Greek Row. But it was around the time that the footage would have probably been stolen, so it's the best lead to have.
All right. Kenneth.
Hmm?
Who on the swim team is pledged to a fraternity? Do you know?
Excellent question. Do I know something like that there, GM?
There are, in fact, 10 people on the swim team. You know, like 2 of them because you talk to them.
Yeah.
They are not pledged to a fraternity, but you might be able to ask them.
That's fair. Where would I find them on a fine... Is it at this point, like... Are we still morning, or is it like midday on a Saturday at this
It's
point?
11 a.m. on Saturday.
Alright, where would I find them at 11?
Well,
You were gonna say something,
Oh.
Professor?
just to show the bona fides and not just have you believe my word because I have tenure. The big distinction is the fact that of the 2 pools, one of them is right by Greek Row. If this was somebody who was primarily just in a fraternity or sorority doing it, they would have used that pool instead. The fact that it is the athletic complex pool that keeps them being used, and they were connected to the Greek Row, means that they would have to be. We have to focus more on the swim team, not the fraternity part. As long as that makes sense to other people and not just me making sense in my head.
I think that's a very fair drawn conclusion based on the evidence we have at hand.
Out of character, I got things to say. In character, not a chance I have any
There we
thoughts
go.
other than should definitely do it.
Loath as I am to say it, I can see no better choice of action right now, aside from going to the sports complex where it was posited that the siren returned to. If it
Although-
is that.
Although I will postulate a second theory, which is that it is someone in Greek Row, and that they're using the athletic complex instead of the one near the Greek complex, because that's how you get caught. The don't steal in your own neighborhood kind of a thing.
Mm.
So you go somewhere else to do your stuff. They went
Hey.
somewhere else.
I'd imagine that mythology majors would catch on quickly, yes.
I got a question there. Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
Who hates you in Greek Row?
Oh, everyone. I've
I
probably.
can't be everyone.
Yeah, no. I'm pretty sure a good number of them have spilled some very juicy things that I am not allowed to speak of due to HIPAA.
What did you do to them?
Due to them or awaken in them, there's a very distinct difference.
Who let you be a psychology major?
I was gonna say, who trusts you with their mental health?
A lot of people. I'm a
Okay.
part-time therapist while I'm doing this, so I mean,
Perhaps you should reevaluate your career.
it's fine.
No.
I don't think you're supposed to hate your doctor.
I don't think they hate me. I think
I
they
just
hate the
asked
fact
you
that
who
I've-
hated you, and you said
Listen,
everyone. I literally just asked that.
Are you incapable of creating a safe space for your clientele?
No, I am. I created the safe space. They came in. They spoke with me. They
And then they left
released
eating your guts?
harbinger dark and deep secrets, and
Correct me if I'm wrong, and
maybe
obviously
they
I am not
are
a
upset
doctor.
with me because
Don't you
maybe
have to
I know
finish school
things.
before you work as a therapist?
Only up until you reach your master's, and then once you go for your PhD, you can take time in between to work as a therapist.
Correct me if I'm wrong, you have not finished your master's yet.
I have finished my master's. I'm working on my doctorate.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Perhaps. once
Wait,
you
hold
graduate,
on. Hold on.
You should
No,
find
no,
a job in the research sector
no.
rather than the practitioner.
There's no way. I know the guys on the various sports teams. There's no way every last one of them agreed to do a psychiatric eval with anyone, let alone someone who doesn't have their doctorate yet. How many are you kidnapping them for sessions? Because I know those guys. They're not volunteering.
Do you show up to
No.
house parties and provide therapy?
I work for a firm outside of the college. I haven't done it in like the last several months because of the dissertation.
Your story does not line up here.
What doesn't line up?
GM, is this a remarkably self-aware college where the sports students go to therapy on the regular in the 90s?
No, not at all.
Okay. All right, so I'm not.
No.
All right.
Some of this might be his own delusions
Okay,
because
so
of lack of
Bob's
sleep and
full
too
of
much
it.
coffee.
God.
Yeah, no, definitely the lack of sleep. I don't think he slept.
His story falls apart very easily because you do in fact need a certification to be a therapist, whether or not you actually have your PhD or not.
Yeah.
And he hasn't mentioned anything about a certification at all.
Anyway,
Do you even have your certification?
I'm gonna go
People
to
are
wherever the sports students
are at
11 on a Saturday.
We can quiz Evans later.
Going.
Let's just go.
All right.
Look,
Is
doing
anybody
what
going
costs
with
cost.
Ken as he leaves to go find his two buddies on the swim team?
I mean, I figure we shall stick together, considering
Yeah.
last time we split apart for a significant amount of time, Evans was dropped from the sky.
We are all going.
I mean, obviously someone doesn't like me. I can't tell you who.
For just to let you know, for the two people who entered the library, if you don't remember the description, it is a fairly large room that's got lots and lots of shelves that are organized based on myths. The books range from scrolls to actual handbound books to slightly more modern books. There are a few things that stand out. One of which is a shelf that is labeled the arts, but there's no actual art there. It's just a bunch of scrolls and books. There is also a book, an entire collection of shelves listed spoof cases, and there are hundreds of cases.
All right, Ken's immediately going to get distracted and go over to look at both the cases and the arts. Like, what is going on over here? This is so cool.
Yeah, Alexis is taking pictures of everything.
So
About to leave.
you were about to leave when Ken's been probably standing over by the cases and the arts books for a while you've been talking. In fact, why don't you roll me a luck roll there, Ken?
Oh no. It goes off of current luck, doesn't it?
No, it'll go off your regular luck. The current
Oh,
luck is how
okay.
many points you have to spend to make stuff happen.
Oh, okay. It's still awful, but it's potentially doing. Boop. Hey, that is in fact under. Let's see. But what kind of success is that? Boop 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 boop. That is a medium result, right in the middle, actually.
Excellent. So while you're perusing through these things, you pick up a scroll that looks like it has on the end of it a like muscly arm that's flexing.
Oh yeah, magic workout techniques.
In fact, as you're opening the scroll, like you can tell, like it's telling you how to focus your own energies in order to be able to lift like an ant lifts. It's got a picture of a human lifting up like a boulder, and then a picture of an ant that's got like that's dragging what looks like a banana leaf.
That's cool.
And there's words on it that tells you how to do this, things to say, ways to focus.
Yeah, so good. I'm gonna be so good at lifting things. I assume this is when they poke me and go, Ken, weren't you going somewhere?
Yeah, anybody who looks at the scroll, it looks like gibberish, except for to Ken. Unless you have a strength of 60.
I definitely don't have that.
You gotta be able to flex at least this hard.
So, yes, these books are weird because Ken can read them. To the rest of you, it doesn't even look like writing. It looks like just chicken scratch.
Do we believe Ken can actually read them? Or is
Or is he
Ken
just full of it?
Is Ken just stupid?
6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Yep. For your edification, Kit, because Ken has actually looked at the scroll, you will have access to feat of strength just once at the
Neat.
regular willpower cost.
Oh no. That's not good. Alright, cool. Anyways, let's go find some sports people.
What were you reading?
It looks workout techniques.
It's gibberish.
I mean, look, like if you're not, if you don't if you've never really worked out before, I can understand how the sets would look. They can be a little confusing the first time through, but once you've gotten it down, it's pretty easy to figure out.
Heidi's
Oh,
just gonna fix you with a look, and then pull up her short-sleeved she's wearing like a work suit, almost like it's short-sleeved. She's gonna pull it up and then flex. Her bicep is rock solid.
She's definitely a fit older lady.
Yes, but has she been hitting the weight bench?
oh, wise and powerful GM.
Yes.
What was the dean's name again?
Worm.
God damn it, I forgot. You asked me, and then my brain was like, it is in. If I remember correctly, it is in the actual. It's in one of the spoof threads.
Wasn't it like worm word or something like that?
A Woodrow, I think.
It was definitely a W. Unless, of course, my memory betrays me, which it does all the time.
I believe it is actually in the. I believe it's actually in the thread on the casting call.
Doing research. Research.
Research?
You would
fool.
think I would remember a thing because I named her, and the moment you asked me is the moment her name disappeared from my brain.
See, here's the thing. The way my brain works is I can give you the play-by-play of everything we've done in this entire game, that and all that kind of stuff. But as soon as you ask someone's name, it doesn't work anymore.
Real.
My brain does not
is.
function for people's names. I have once given, after a 6-month-long hiatus in D&D, a picture-perfect recap of our last thing while calling the elf wizard we were helping Milton, because it's the only thing I could remember, and his name was super not Milton.
Samantha Woodrow, by the way.
There you go. I thought her
Samantha.
name was Woodrow.
Looking around the library, Cuthbert will say, Samantha did say that there would be assistance here. As loath I am to split us again, Kenneth, take some
Nah.
people with you. Go find your compatriots. I'm gonna go dig. I'm gonna dig through here, see if there's anything that can help us in defeating this thing.
Okay. And
Perhaps,
Kenneth will start to go.
perhaps Miss Fletcher and I should go with him, while Ivan stays with you, Professor Cropper.
Yes, Evans, make yourself useful. And then I'll start digging through the books.
Shall we?
I suppose.
Try not to bleed on the books.
At least you won't get picked up by a siren again and then dropped while you're underground.
Well, that
All
remains to be
things are
seen.
possible.
Through
They-
sirens, all things are possible. Jot that down.
Yeah. Besides, we have no proof they can't use doors.
That's fair.
And I mean, really, there's always the threat of a really bad paper cut. He is looking pretty bad. A paper cut might take him down.
Yeah.
That's
Honestly,
fair.
yeah. Depending on where it is.
Remind me later to tell you guys my favorite version of the occult paper cut. Anyways.
Alexis, since you were taking pictures, I want you to make me an investigation check.
Okay.
I believe that's a medium result for you.
It is.
Excellent. All right. So, which is what you needed was a medium result. You, as you're leaving, have noticed that there was one corner of this this room that you weren't able to easily take a picture of. So when you went to go investigate, you realize there's a little computer set up back here, along with what looks like a video viewing section. Apparently, they're used to viewing the tapes in here.
Interesting.
It's a little nook that's kind of out of the way from everyone with everything else. You're not sure why, but this definitely looks like it was recently constructed, and the walls are made out of a different material for this little like alcove.
I'll take a couple of quick pictures of it and make a mental note that I would like to be nosy over here later when we come back.
Enough. Fair enough. All right, the three of you leave. Professor Cropper and Bob Ivan alone in the spoof library. I would like the two of you to make some checks here in order to determine what it is that you find. I do need to know specifically what you're looking for.
All right, Professor, what are we looking for?
So, we're looking for anything that would basically it shows as a weakness to the weakness for sirens, or just in general things that this library would have to help combat. Like, do they have like? Is there a rack of magic swords across the back wall, kind of thing? Of as we're just basically keeping an eye out for anything we could possibly see that would just aid us in fighting off the sirens, Evans, go grab the last 3 case files. See if they mention anything like agent used blank in order to defeat the monster type thing.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
All right. So monster defeating clues, fair enough. I want you to both make me an investigation check. And then those dice rolls will determine what you find.
Can it
In
be
the meantime,
anything but investigation?
you know what?
If the answer is no.
I'll let you make an archaeology check, considering
Okay.
you're looking at ancient information too.
That
I'll
goes
be
from being
nice.
something that goes from being something I have an 8 in to something I have a 90 in. So I appreciate that.
hey, that's a mid.
Oh, good.
Not 900. 900 would be
No,
a very
it's
different skill.
it's good. It's under.
It looks like the professor barely made the cut too. He got another mid, I think.
No. Oh, yeah, no, mid result. You're right.
Excellent. All right, so we're gonna come back to what the two of you find,
That is fair.
because hooray cliffhangers! I'm enjoying this. To the other three, as you make your way to the dorms where Ken's swim team buddies are.
Yeah.
They're actually not hard to find because they're out front of the dorms, hanging out with a bunch of other guys. It looks like what they're doing is they're having a sprinting competition because it's a bunch of jocks.
Yeah, like you do.
So basically, what they're doing is like they're doing free form workouts. Mostly, in this case, it looks like endurance. So once you get there, they've basically got somebody with a makeshift starting gun, and then somebody else at the stop line at the ending line with a stopwatch.
Real quick before I go in, I saw the video that Alexis found as well, right?
Correct, unless she specifically kept you from it.
No,
Being
she
a
wouldn't
head
have.
shake and no. Yeah, it'd be really weird. It's like, no, Ken, you're not allowed to know.
Also, I have probably the most important question I've ever asked. What's the mascot of 100 Blackwood University? What mascot do these fucked up plays have?
The Raven.
No, it's not a raven.
Oh,
3 raccoons in a trench coat.
Also, not 3 raccoons in a trench coat. Although that is a fun one-page
Singular?
RPG.
Could it be a singular raccoon?
Yeah, no, because then you end up with chants against you involving trash pandas.
Yeah,
What if it's like an elk? We're in Appalachia, aren't we?
you are in Appalachia.
the possum.
It is not a possum.
Scarecrow?
It is in fact. I did some research on it. It's a bird of prey that's native to Appalachia.
It's bird.
Burb?
It's a siren. It was always a siren all along.
I picked the bird before I decided on the siren case. Now I
Anyway.
got to go back and look again because I forgot.
Well, then
Is
I'm
it an
gonna
apple
ask
snail
my
hawk?
question while you're thinking about it. Did I get a? I know the tape's not great, but do I at least have an idea of what their build is?
Yeah, they are. They're based on your guess because you walked by the same sort of pillar they did. They're Ken's like what, 6 feet tall?
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, so they're a little shorter than you are, not by much. And they are definitely more of either a runner or a swimmer's build.
Gotcha. Okay, I was making sure we weren't actually making the mistake of looking for the mistreated skinny nerd dude instead, and we're in totally the wrong place.
No. But, since they were wearing a hoodie that could also hide whether or not they're actually built, it just shows that they're very thin, but almost your height.
Anyway, well, I'm gonna define my swim friends as like, what's going on, guys?
Okay, just to let you know, it is the red-tailed hawk.
Oh, Tobias, gotcha.
Animorph.
Yeah, I was having the exact same flashback.
Yeah, it's only Hawk native North America, aka every Animorph kid just perked up and
Yep.
thought the word thermals.
We'll have the animal.
You're welcome for
rant a
that bit of
different day.
nostalgia.
I don't know if you should be saying welcome. If you've read those books, they're
They're fucked up.
PTSD waiting to
They're real
happen.
fucked
Oh
up.
no, I've read those books. I am aware. That's why I said you're welcome.
Little itty bitty kid me was not ready for that shit.
No one was. It's mostly war crimes.
Slight fun fact, and then we'll get back to the actual story. They are the same exact age as I am, and so as they grow up in real time, like literally when I turned 16, they were turning 16, kind of situation.
Oh, that's
and
not good for your mental health.
That was not good for mental health at all. No, not in fact, none of that.
I think I'm a few years
That's
older
not
than
good.
they were. I don't remember. It's been so long since I've read those books.
I was a lot
There.
younger.
Remember
Anyway.
that plastic book
Anywho.
fair. So, gonna find my buds.
You're gonna find your buds. They're not hard to find. They're standing in line, ready to do sprints.
Of course they are. What are their names?
I don't know. What are their names?
God damn you! How dare you do this?
Chaz
to me?
and Chaz C.
No, one of them is named Trevor, the other is Chad.
I like Trevor. We can go with Trevor.
Trevor and Jeffrey, but with a G.
Also, the important
Joffrey.
question is, does Ken
Joffrey.
just get into line to join the wind sprints without saying anything?
It depends on if they're at the back of the liner.
Yeah, we'll say they're near the back of the line. So we got Trevor and let's see, what was another pretentious name from the 90s?
All of them.
Is Joffrey with a G?
No,
Jeremy.
Preston.
Preston.
God
Yes,
damn it!
Trevor and Preston.
I hate that so much. All right.
TJ. That was a really
Appalachian.
popular name as well.
Appalachian swim team preppy assholes.
Trev, Press, what's up?
Hey, Ken! In fact, it's almost the entire line is like, hey, Ken!
Of course, Ken's great.
Where everybody knows your name.
This happens as Alexis and Heidi are standing a good 20 feet away.
I'll wave to everybody. Hey, everybody, what's up?
Wind sprints, man! Get in line!
Yeah, I will get in line. Like, Trev, Press, I need to talk to you though. I will be in line though.
Okay. What's up, bro?
What's up? Hey, friend of mine's been having an issue, we think, with one of the swim bros. Is anybody acting weird lately?
On the swim team? I mean, no, not really. They look at each other and they're like, none of the current members.
Oh, somebody get kicked? Throwing a fit about it?
No, one of the seniors, like, he was supposed to help out with like one of the events, and he didn't show up, and it was really weird because everybody's like super dedicated, gotta get those good times. We got that competition coming up soon. Was it next month? Yeah, next month.
Yeah.
I hate
Yeah, man, we're
all
gonna
of this.
That's great.
I was trying not to laugh when I saw that in the chat.
Look, we're just lucky we're not in California, because then he'd be doing Chaw Bros.
Chabra.
Oh God, please no, please no.
The line continues to move because these are sprints.
Yeah,
So,
no, they go
like,
fast.
Yeah. In
they're-
fact, their conversation, I've been busy laughing, trying to get myself back together. The three of them take an entire wave of the sprint by themselves. In fact, Ken, make me an agility check. See how well you do.
Sure, why not? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Roll them dice. Pretty goddamn good.
Jesus.
Yeah, let me see if that gets me down into the.
That's a high, I believe.
It should be, yeah. Da da da.
Your
Yep,
agility's
that's
what, a
a high.
70?
Yeah, so that's a
Yeah.
high.
Yeah, 7 is your critical. So, yeah, you blow both of these guys out of the water because you're on the track
I'm
team.
10.
you're on the track team, and they're they're swimmers. So while they're fast, because they've got the lung capacity, the endurance, etc., you're used to running.
Yeah. Specifically, before that happens, when they mention the team, I gotta shout out, Red Tail Soar.
Yeah, everybody's like, yeah.
It's the Hadouken.
That's for you, Isabit. That's
Oh,
for you.
man.
Red Tail Soar. It's like a bunch of dudes like just yelling that.
Of course it is,
I
man.
hate you so much.
You're
Go Red
welcome.
Tails!
Sorry.
In fact, once he actually gets one of the best times of the day, they all start chanting "Red Tails, Red Tails."
So anyways, so one of the seniors is that not acting right?
Yeah, it's really weird. Like, he's doing some like research apparently, and like said somebody came up to him with some weird request or something. It's odd. Like, he's been acting kind of weird for like 2 weeks or something.
Man, that's not right. What's his name? I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna check on him. Make sure everything's good. We gotta have everybody on board.
Oh, dude, it's Mitch.
Mitch?
Yeah, it's Mitch.
Wait, Mitch ain't acting right?
Yeah, Mitch ain't acting right. It's weird.
Yeah.
Frickin'
Hey,
Like,
random question. Has Mitch ever talked to Bob Ivan?
who?
Alright, fair enough. No, that's fine.
I have no idea who that guy is, man.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't. It's fine.
It's a weird name, Bob Ivan.
I know, right? It's two
One of-
first
one of the
names.
s-
He's got
one
a
of the,
last name too.
One of the swimmers over there just suddenly gets like 1,000-yard stare and stops responding to anybody.
Okay, so for the ladies who are watching, I would like for you to,
Feel
roll
bad about your lives.
perception.
Retail sword.
I see fuck all.
You're too busy hating life.
Heidi's too busy like shaking her head at the just excessive amounts of dumb
I
teenager.
am looking anywhere but what's happening, so I see everything else. I got a high result.
Excellent. All right. The two of you are focused on very different things. Heidi is looking up at the sky, trying not to pay attention, and sees, nothing really. Whereas Alexis is trying to look at anything but this group of idiot guys. When she hears music. That song that you've been hearing.
She's gonna like smack at Miss Bäcker without thinking about it, and while she's trying to like figure out exactly where it's coming from, Miss Bäcker, Miss Bäcker.
Yes. Yes, Miss
Sorry.
Fletcher.
Do you hear that? The song.
Do I? If it's pointed out?
Now that it's been pointed out, yes, you hear it.
Yes, I do. But where
Should
is
we-
it coming from?
Can I tell where it's coming from?
Not really, because you're hearing something from so far away. Based on your high perception roll, it is definitely coming from like the other side of the campus.
Okay. It's I can't quite tell, but it's opposite of where we are somewhere. It's pretty far away on the opposite side of the campus, maybe, but I'm not really sure where over there.
Then we need to get closer.
Yeah, definitely. Do we get Ken, or do we let him continue
getting-
whatever this is?
I can only presume that he's getting vital information. So let's go.
Okay. Do you want to stay here with him, and I'll go, or
I will run.
okay?
Immediately
Away.
ditched.
Immediately leaving the group of guys that have gone back to lightning sprints after spending a few minutes chanting.
Ken.
Well, yeah, sup?
We'll be back.
Okay.
We'll be back, and we're gonna go.
All right, it's go time. We run.
The ladies.
Oh, we run? Are you sure?
We run.
Are you sure?
We are running. We are running.
Oh yes, that's a great idea. Make some running checks if you're running. I love the look on Isabeth's face right now.
You gotta be kidding me. That's a mid. I think that's a middle.
I mean, you could always check. There's a reason why I added that little formula table on your character sheet.
There's a formula table?
Yeah, that table he's been talking about this entire time for 2.5
This will be the third session.
Oh
Yeah.
my lord.
The one that says
Yeah,
that
stat
table I haven't
scales.
been
You
looking
put
at
the
it,
number
yeah.
in there, and then it calculates it for you.
Yeah. That was a fun bit of programming when I made those sheets on Google Sheets.
Could I argue
I'm sorry.
that I would be
Oh, no.
way better at investigation than I would be at running?
That's not really an argument. However,
that's
that's
just a
not what you're
fact.
doing right now.
Damn it. Okay. It's fine. I have luck. It'll be fine. Oh, I
Oh,
passed though.
yeah.
It's fine. Barely. It is a low result.
It is a low result. Excellent. So, Heidi, you got a mid result, right? Or is there also a low result?
Mid.
Excellent. All right. So you're having to slow down and encourage Alexis to on her running form because it's not great. In fact, if Ken had been with you, Ken would probably be doing the same.
Here, swing your arms.
Back
Got it.
straight.
Got it. As she's like trying to breathe, I've got it.
You arrive at the quad, and the music is louder than before. Go ahead and make an investigation check to try and pinpoint the sound.
Wonderful.
I'm sure that
Hey,
this will go well for me.
Ken, I want you
What's
to
up?
make me a perception check.
Yeah, sure. Let's see if I can finally pass one.
No.
Probably not.
Oh, that's a failure.
That's a success. What? Ken?
No. Mine's 101. I just barely pass.
You still fail on 100.
It's a crit failure.
It's the crit failure rule.
Can you use luck to get rid of it?
Can I use luck?
I mean, as long as it's not 100.
No, can I just like use enough luck to get can I use a couple of luck points to get it under 100? Because that would still be a pass for me. It wouldn't be a critical failure.
I mean, the whole thing is the double ought on a dice is a critical failure. Let me take a look at something real quick. Hold on.
It's fine if not. She did just finish running, and she's probably dying inside.
I got a high result, by the
Soon
way.
to be dying on the outside.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you hear the music again, Ken.
Oh, shit. That's bad.
While we're looking at these rules, for those of you playing along at home, don't forget that we have the entry going on right now. Hashtag spooky snacks into the chat. You get 2 entries per stream.
What does spooky knack get me?
Absolutely
Instead
nothing.
of snacks, you get knickknacks.
I don't want knickknacks. I was hoping
Only
for a parlor trick.
fictional ones.
It's a knick-knack, Paddywhack. Give the frog alone.
And I guess I'll look at my bros after I've crushed the local wind sprint and be like, ah, shit, that's right, I was in the middle of something.
And then you're going to run off.
Yeah, I'm hoping with a high result I can have a direction to go in, or if I don't, I'm going to go the direction the 2 girls went.
You do have a direction to go in.
Excellent.
It's gonna take you. On a high result, you've got an idea where to go.
Excellent. Well, while we're having this moment, I just want to remind everybody that Animorphs is the best.
Animorphs is fantastic.
Animorphs is amazing. Don't give it to your children.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's in the
accurate.
young adult section. It was at the Scholastic Book Fair.
Yep,
Oh no.
it sure was.
All right. So since it doesn't say either way that you cannot do it, I'll allow it. As long as the dice result is not 100, I will allow it.
Okay, so I can
So
use
was
like
our
a
L
luck
star.
point to make it 99.
Yep.
Thank you. I will do that. So it's just a low result for me then.
You think it's coming from the direction of the main library.
Oh, good. It's coming for you, Evans.
It's
Yep.
true.
I think
You're
it's
gonna die.
the library. Is that? Do you hear that? That's the direction, right? The library.
Yes.
I'm a sweet, tasty
Oh no, I'm
caffeinated
saying
bowl.
that to Miss Bäcker.
All right.
As you say. Let's
Mrs.
go.
Bäcker, remember, Schrodinger's husband.
Yeah, Schrodinger's husband, Mrs. Becker. Anyway, Bob Ivan, I need you to make me
Yes.
a willpower check.
Oh God. Let's see. Where's?
Have fun with that.
I mean, yeah, I'm okay with. That's usually okay. Uh,
18. 18 solid.
hey, 18. I think that's high, if I'm not mistaken. I'll double check though. Well, it should be high, but it's not coming up as a high result.
What's
A
your
high
best?
result is anything between 7 and 30.
Then yes.
Yes.
And you got an
Yes.
18, so that means the answer to that is yes. You
Yes.
hear sounds, you have the strange sensation that you should go outside, but you're able to ignore it.
Ah, I just need more coffee. Professor, do you need lunch or coffee? I could use some lunch and maybe a coffee.
People's lives are in danger, Evans.
There's
Which I do
time.
need to advance. I do need to advance the clock a little to represent the amount of time people have spent wandering around and doing research. So there you go.
True that, Professor. I'll get back to it.
He says, the jitters beginning to overtake his limbs.
Excellent. All right. So the three people who've gone wandering around all arrive at the library around the same time, and you can definitely hear the sound of the music. It sounds like it's coming from the roof of the library.
With the power of keys.
Power of Grayskull.
With the power of Keyring.
By the way, and this is just a general question. Now that we know we're looking for a missing horn, does the music sound like it's being played on a horn, or does it sound different?
It definitely sounds different.
Okay.
Does out of curiosity, does the music have any like body to it? Like does it have resonance? Is it like do you feel it, or is it just is it like an apparition? I guess. Is there bass?
This is where the one skill would come in handy that I don't believe you have, because art criticism actually will help here.
I've got it.
Yeah, but you're not noticing the music, Professor Cropper. You're underground.
Well, then-
I also have art criticism for some odd reason.
I have no idea why, but hey, you're the one who put the points in it. You built your own character.
I technically have a
Yeah.
10 in it.
I mean, anybody can do art criticism. It's just harder to do if you're not trained in it.
You
We'll
are
see.
much less likely to succeed.
It didn't work.
I have an 11. I'll try. Absolutely
Nope.
not.
It didn't
Nope.
work.
Neither one of you really. How you're? I don't know. Do you have? Are you willing to put some points towards that? Because you said you had a 10. That's only 19 luck.
Mm, yeah, but I only have the thing is I only have 29 luck left, and I want to save it in case there's a
A
problem.
murder.
Fair enough.
Nah, you can spend
Like-
it all willy nilly.
You can spend it willy nilly. We cannot because we don't have a fucking 65 in it.
I have a 75 in it, thank you very much.
You
'cause
shut
I've had
up.
tenure.
Jesus. Lucky
It
old
is
man.
not tenure.
That's how do you think I got tenure? I'm a lucky
Pure
bastard.
luck.
By being old and crotchety.
Anyway, so yeah, you can hear the music. You can't, from this distance, you really can't make much out other than you can hear it.
Well, is there a is there a way onto the roof of the library from within it, or do we need to truck up a fire escape?
You can do either, actually. There is roof access inside the library.
All right.
One of the reasons there's an internal roof access to the library is because this particular library also has all of the astronomy and astrology gear.
Okay. Has Ken arrived?
Oh yeah, Ken got here before you did, and he is feeling great.
Looking great. Like, what's going on?
He got 2 lightning sprints in and a decent run from the dorms to the library.
Loath as I am to recommend this, Ken, I would wait. What's your last name again?
Kane.
Mr. Kane, I want you to climb up the fire escape and make sure that no one escapes from it.
What's going on?
Do you not hear that? Up.
Yeah, no, like, okay. Jeez.
Miss Fletcher, follow me. And we are running. Let's go.
I guess I'm
Poor
going.
Alexis.
Okay.
You're about to have to run up a flight of stairs.
She's like hands on knees, deep breathing. Okay. Okay.
All right,
At least you're not being made to go up a fire escape. Fire escapes are much worse.
they are. Okay, Ken.
Yeah.
I want you to make me roll athletics for me,
Okay.
since I assume that Ken's going to be like not climbing up the stairs the standard way.
I mean, I was informed to go through to use the fire exit escape thing, so yeah. But athletics.
Are you just parkouring the whole thing all the way up?
I mean, when you're in as good a shape as me, sky's the limit.
Okay. Professor Cropper,
Hello.
I want you to make me a perception check.
I should be good at that. Yes.
Yeah. Here's the thing: you're underground, so you're gonna make that perception check at a -20.
Okay.
So whatever your normal perception is, subtract 20, and that's what you're rolling against.
Well then.
Doing great, buddy.
Yeah, no, it's a 40 after the -20, so no.
Well, I mean, you could spend 43 points if you want.
I could, but I have a feeling something else might be more important happening.
You have a feeling. That's fair. Bob Ivan, make me another willpower check.
All right. I think I can manage that.
I need runnings
go.
from the. I need running
four.
checks from the.
Rush that.
You did. You got a critical. Good job.
Success.
You no longer feel the urge to go outside.
Research more interesting.
I need running checks from the 2 ladies as they go running upstairs.
That's mid.
Yep. So Heidi's fine. She does stuff like this all the time. Alexis is not. He gets halfway up the first flight of stairs and is like, I can't keep going. I need to stop. And then she plops down on the stairs because I am assuming you're not spending any luck to try and get that to be a success.
I mean, it would be
It's okay.
20 luck. And I have it, and I would still have quite a bit left over.
But
It's okay if
Yeah, I'm
You
just
are
gonna
like
die.
water.
It's fine.
you are like my water. If you need to rest, you may. Just follow when you can.
She can't even talk. Her
And
like
she's like thumbs up.
yeah.
All right,
Her head's between
Heidi's
her
running.
legs, like trying to not throw up. Yeah.
Heidi's running.
Excellent.
Wait, real quick, before she does, you get thrust a bottle of water. Don't ask where she got it.
Mm.
Sure.
I feel
Do
like
not think
she
about that.
I feel like she has like one of those like hip containers that she puts a bottle of water in so she can drink from it while she's working.
She does. Do you want a granola bar too?
Yes, please.
Is it
Go
from
ahead.
the fanny pack?
Yes, she is wearing a fanny pack. She's wearing a fanny pack. Thank you.
There you go.
Actually, the granola bar is one of the like deep pockets of her work suit. The water bottle comes from the fanny pack. You get both, and you get a little pat on the head. Okay, goodbye.
She tries
Pat,
to
pat,
say
pat.
thank you, but she can't. She can't breathe.
She's like,
Can't breathe.
anyway, the first person to the roof is of course Ken.
Yep.
So Ken,
Yeah.
when you get to the roof, one of the things you see is a very large pair of wings, and what looks like between it is like, because you're coming at it from behind, so you can see the wings, and what looks like very long, kind of unkempt hair, and it sounds like a woman's voice singing. Not words, but more like doing harmonics, like a harmony purely.
Mhm.
It's very haunting, and you can tell whatever it is that this thing is doing, it is not directed at you.
All right. Is that the only thing up here?
I mean, other than the roof access from the inside of the building, and then all of like the AC units and stuff like that. This thing appears to be the only other thing up here with you that is not machinery or standard stuff you'd find on a roof.
Okay, and you said I'm behind it specifically. Like
Correct.
it's perched. I am behind it and it currently can't see me.
Correct. Its lower half is currently obscured by um, a very large central heating and air system. So there's big HVAC system between you and it.
I mean, I gotta take my shot then, right? Obviously.
When a siren comes along, you must whip it.
Exactly. So I am in fact going to attempt to whip it because I specifically have my whip. And this is probably my best opportunity to do this. I will attempt it as using the entangling nonsense to wrap it up, which means it's a called shot, which drops my entangler skill to 4.5, so 40, not 4. Much different. Am I getting any kind of bonus for what is, I hope, a sneak attack?
Well, it hasn't noticed you because it's busy doing its thing. So it won't be able to give you any of the usual negatives for fighting a flying creature. Let me take a look at something here.
Also not currently flying.
It's true. If it had noticed you, it would have taken flight, which would have made you have problems. I'm trying to double check. Yeah, because you're coming at it from behind, you would normally, and it's unaware of you, you would normally get a +10 before you cut that in half. So add 5 to your regular roll. Add 5 to your called shot roll.
I thought the stuff like that came out after getting cut in half.
Does it?
This system's weird and confusing because it's old.
Let me take a look at something.
Yes, yes.
You still have time to get your hashtag spooky snacks. I think everybody so far has gotten theirs there too,
Yeah,
but just in case there's somebody new that I haven't seen, hashtag spooky snacks to get your
Oh,
entry
no,
into the
I never
mystery
mind.
box.
I found it. It is before.
Yeah, it's before, because step two is me adding or subtracting from your roll based on difficulty, and then step three is where you actually do the check.
Boom! That's a big ol' miss, and I can't even fix it with luck. So I crack the whip right next to it and definitely let it know I'm there.
Yep. There's a very loud screech. Those of you who are above ground can hear it. Those of you who are below ground, you can attempt to hear it, which would be
Sure.
perception out of -20 because you're underground. Professor hears nothing. He's too absorbed in whatever he's reading.
Is what?
Which, by the way, one of the things that you're reading here is a very common way to that harpies were dealt with was to spear them through the wings.
Okay.
There are ways to, you've noticed ways to chase them off, but you don't have access to some of the stuff that they would require, because you can, there's a certain fish that you can get that is not native, that is native to the Mediterranean, that you cannot get easily here, that you can gut and then burn its innards, and it will chase off a harpy because it hates the smell. I'm not going to be specific on the fish because that's not going to be a way you can deal with it, sadly. So neither person underground hears the screech because you're both too busy reading.
Okay.
You found anything yet, Professor?
Do you have a spear by any chance?
No. But the pole vaulting team might.
I'm sure Mr. Kane will have to handle something.
That
I
means
mean,
have a-
you're pretty sure you
Oh.
could shoot it with a crossbow through the wings, and that might
yeah.
do the job.
That's basically the next best thing is, to go aim
I'll-
for the wings.
I'll also remind you that when you guys went through the hike through the woods, Kane brought a spear.
Okay then. So yes.
Well, he brought one of the javelins,
the javelins.
Yeah.
No,
Use the javelin.
no. I specifically said at the time it was the spear because it has the better strike range value.
Well, when they come back, we'll gather the forces and we'll debate on how to deal with it with the siren.
Yes, indeed. In the meantime, I haven't found. Have I found anything in this stacks?
Research has given you a few ways that they've been dealt with, that sirens are dealt with, including ways to resist their the haunting melody that attracts people to them.
Mm.
Obviously, wax in the ears is one of them. It's also been fought off by also like singing at the top of your lungs, so you can't hear the music.
Okay.
They generally tell you go for the wings if you're trying to take one down.
Okay.
And the only way they found to chase it off is, like I said, the burning the guts of a specific fish, which only is native to the Mediterranean, which you will not be able to get on short notice.
Okay. So I'm finding the same stuff, but not anything.
Yes, it's pretty
Anything
straightforward.
else? Okay.
It's pretty straightforward. Like, this is the culmination of the research the two of you have done.
Uh,
Their feathers are water resistant, so they have been known to, dive into the water to grab prey.
I will then, I think, leave 2 notes. 1 to Samantha saying, "Hey, stock this fish for the future," and 2 for the other 3 saying, "If you come back before we come back, we've gone to my office." Because I think the next step for us would be gearing up, and so my office is where I keep my crossbow.
Fair enough.
If you don't mind, Professor, there's a computer here. I'll check my email real quick. Shouldn't take a moment.
Certainly.
Excellent. So, are you waiting for him, Professor, or are you going without him?
It's up to Professor.
Evens or odds? Reason.
Odds. May the odds always be in
I'm waiting.
my favor. Odds.
Okay. Excellent. So you're waiting. Ken, we're gonna zip back over to you before we rejoin the ladies. The harpy is now, well, not harpy. The siren is now screeching at you, and trying to claw at you with its talons. But you have this whip that it is apparently wary of.
Amazing.
I mean, you did almost hit it in the face, and it made a very loud noise that startled it, because whips actually do make a loud
Yeah, they're
noise.
loud as shit. Well, I have this lovely thing on my sheet called overconfidence, so I've got this. Clearly. I'm try again, I guess.
Okay. So you're gonna lose out on the plus 10 for it being unaware of you, and you're gonna get a minus 15 because it's in the air.
Oh, that's real bad.
That is real bad, isn't it? Yeah.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, while whips do have a decent amount of range because you have a very good one, it's still hard to hit something that's in the air.
So minus 15 drops that to bop 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 6 6. Do I want to try for the entangle again then? I said overconfident. Overconfident it is. Boom! 99! That's real not gonna do it.
At least it's not a critical. That's triple what you needed, though, isn't it?
That is in fact triple what I need.
Yeah, so you're continuing to crack the whip in its direction. It has brandished claws at you, and it is going to attempt to actually pick you up.
Yeah, alright.
The arms of an angel starts playing.
Oh god, the claws! No one ever mentions the angelic claws.
Be not afraid.
Yeah, that's because in the Bible it's a big spinning wheel full of eyes. You had to say be not afraid because it's goddamn terrifying.
I am the construct of God's many eyes.
Alright, do I make some kind of avoidance roll? Is it I haven't
You're student level, right?
in what?
In Entangler.
Yes, I'm student level in Entanglers.
Okay. Because you get a negative based on the proficiency of... It gets a negative to attack you based on your proficiency in the weapon you're wielding. Unfortunately, combat is not opposed rolls. It's just regular rolls.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've read it. I was looking at the attack modifiers. It's not quite an animal. It doesn't quite have a weapon, which is why you don't get the negative 20 that you normally get. You just get the negative 15. And it will not actually strike at you. It will miss.
Woo! Ken's got it together.
Ken's got it together. Go ahead.
Having a day.
We'll go ahead and do one more exchange of attacks, and then we'll switch over to the girls. You know,
Sure.
Heidi and
Alright.
Did continue up the stairs, by the way.
It's true. I'm aware. That's why we're switching back over to you here in a second.
Come on. 99 again?
Wow.
Jesus.
It's almost as if a whip is an impractical weapon to use.
I'm gonna make it work. This would be really cool when it works.
This is everything
Well, I do
Comfort has yelled at
believe-
you about in one
I
lecture.
do believe this is going to hit. I'm double checking the stats on the creature because luckily for me, I didn't have to make this one. There was already a copy of this particular creature in the book.
I'm gonna get picked up and just woo, we're going to the pool. Like shit.
Okay.
This isn't what I meant by red tail sore.
More importantly, Ken, what's Alexis gonna think? You're cheating on her with another woman.
I am doing my absolute best to hit this
Hey.
woman with a whip. So, wait, hold on.
There we go. What's Alexis gonna think?
Excellent.
You're cheating on this.
So this is,
Yeah.
in fact, a mid result. Mid
Sure.
result for combat means it does 2d10.
Ooh.
It does 2d10 stamina damage.
Ooh.
Because it wasn't a high result, it doesn't do wounds to you.
All right, give me what's going on. What do we got?
So 16 stamina damage.
I don't love it.
Yeah. Okay.
Stabby.
You shouldn't love it. Bob Ivan would already be taking more wounds.
That drops me down to a 44 in my stamina.
Bob Ivan would be on the ground or in its claws, limp,
Um,
because he has 7 stamina left.
yeah. So Heidi, you make it to the top of the stairs right as you see a giant bird woman grab a hold of Ken, but it doesn't get a good hold, so its claws sort of like rake against his shoulders as it attempts to get away from the whip you saw him carrying earlier, which he seems to actually be pretty good at using. He can't seem
No,
to
he
hit
does
worth a
not.
damn. He can't seem to hit worth a damn, but he hasn't hit himself with it, which is actually
I've-
impressive.
I've heard 2 whip cracks at this point, so
It's true.
yeah, I'm gonna brandish my mop and fucking charge this bird.
Excellent.
Go for its wings.
So you're going to brandish the mop and charge the bird. It's again at a -15 to attack the creature with a melee weapon. In fact, look,
Doesn't
somebody
matter,
actually
it's
hit.
still a high result.
Excellent. A high result is 2d10 stamina damage and a d10 worth of wounds. As you make contact with the mop,
Do I roll
assume-
2d10?
yeah, if you want to.
Oh.
So it'll take 4 stamina damage and roll a single d10 again. So it takes 4. It lets out a very loud screech, which all of you hear because, well, that's a very different sound than what you've been hearing. Alexis, you've managed to catch your breath and are on your way up the stairs when you hear this noise.
Does all include the library as well? Us down in the.
Yeah, you guys hear it
Alright.
too.
Then at that
Did you
point,
hear
it's
that?
like,
It's
check
very
your mouth,
muffled,
we
though.
gotta go. Yeah, it
Um,
doesn't matter. We've heard screams before, so
Yeah,
Cuthbert's off and running.
I will let you know the contents of the email because you will have had time to read it by the time the screech happens.
Hoot.
Let me look at my skills real quick. I had an idea. Now I'm not sure if I can do it.
You do have bear mace.
I do have bear mace. What am I looking? Oh, right. Yeah, no, I took that out. Okay. Well, there goes that idea. I think honestly she's like forgotten that she has the bear mace, and her first instinct when she like gets up there and sees this whole scene is to pull out her camera and start taking pictures.
Okay.
Amazing.
Make me some photography checks at a -40.
Oh.
There's a reason for it.
I know. I believe it's fine. It's fine. It just is sad.
Not my camera. Not my camera.
I mean, that's still a fucking amazing roll. That is
Jesus.
high.
That is a high result. Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So I just need to make one. You said rolls.
Yeah, make me another one.
Okay.
Still to -40.
I would like to use luck for that, please.
Okay.
I'm gonna use 7 points of luck to make it a low result.
All right. And one more.
Okay. 7 points of luck.
Oh.
That is. Aw, that's
That's another
just
high
shy
result.
Of yeah, it's just shy of a critical.
It is, isn't it?
Do you have a luck point?
Yeah. Fuck it. I'm gonna use 2 points of luck. I'm gonna use 9 total. To make that.
Make that a critical. Because you have what, a 50 after the negative?
Yes, I do.
Okay. For a minute there I was like, did my microphone go out? Is something wrong?
No, I was muted.
Okay. So, yes, it's a good thing you got a critical because the better the result, the longer your pictures actually stay in existence. Supernatural things get unexplained away in the most unusual ways. So, here's what I would like people on the roof to do. I need you to make me a fear check, which is a willpower roll at minus 25.
Oh no.
For those of you who are coming up the stairs, I need you to also make me a willpower check.
I fail.
Minus 25. Come on, Ken, I believe in you. Hey! Can't hit with the whip, but I ain't afraid.
It's still a success for me. It's low, but it's still a success.
Yeah, that's a medium result.
Hey, that's medium result. Mid.
Just barely, not a high.
Yep. So for those of you who fail, you immediately start running away as it activates its ability to scare the fuck out of everybody.
I am afraid of no siren.
As is what I would expect from fucking Ken. He gives no fucks.
I'm living the dream, man.
Yeah, you're fighting a supernatural monster. There's some other stuff
With
going
a
on.
whip, even.
With a whip, even. Who else failed? Oh yeah, you can't go up the stairs anymore. You have to leave.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. For those of you who passed,
Ken's got this.
for
Bye.
those of you who passed, that's not Ken. You can continue advancing towards the sound of the noise if you so choose. For those of you with a low result, you do have second thoughts. However, you can do it, but you're not sure if you should.
So, walk me through the layout of the campus one last time, hopefully.
Okay.
Where is my office in relation to the roof of this library?
Your office in relation to the roof of this library. So, if you think about the campus, it's largely a square. I say largely; it's more like a rectangle, but it's almost it's only a little extended from north to south. The main buildings are north dead center. The sports complex is to the, or sorry, I should say it's elongated. Yeah, it's elongated north to south. The northeastern side of the campus is where the sports complex is. Along that path, if you start heading in the southerly direction, you will hit some of the dorms, and then you will hit Greek Row. On the western side of the campus, you will hit the main, up the northern section, you will hit the main school building, which is where most teachers have their offices. Continuing south, you'll hit the research buildings, and then on the southwestern corner is basically like the miscellaneous buildings. This is where they store, like they have the on-campus storage. There are a few dorms out in this particular area, mostly for like the freshmen. And on the actual southern tip, opposite of the main building, is where you're going to find like everything else the campus does building wise, research offices, etc. And then of course it's all centered around like a centralized quad system, and there's walkways that take you everywhere along bike paths, and they even have a path that was put in recently for the lawn guys, the guys who actually handle lawn care, to be able to move golf carts that have tiny trailers with their lawnmowers.
Okay, so where's the library and where's the offices?
You're in the northern section of the campus.
Okay.
You'd have to leave this area and go to a different building. The building you need to go to is close by.
Then yeah, I think especially because I got a low result, he's booking for his office. He's gonna run trying to grab his crossbow and then get back.
Excellent. What about you, Bob Ivan? You passed. You don't have the urge to maybe not go up there if you don't want to, but the professor has turned around and is leaving.
Is there a makeshift weapon within reach?
I mean, you're at a staircase. There's almost always at every landing a fire extinguisher.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna pull the fire extinguisher.
Excellent.
And continue up.
As you pull the fire extinguisher, you see the Alexis and Mrs. Bäcker running towards you. They are pale as sheets. Both of them look very frightened. They're not screaming, but they're barely holding it together.
Ladies, are you all right?
You should go up there.
What's happening?
No, do not go up there. Do not go up there.
What?
Ken is up there by himself. He needs help. You should go help him.
I don't know. I think he might be more capable than you believe.
Oh no, I know he's capable. I just think that you should go help him. I tried.
Why don't you?
While we have this pause in the conversation, Ken,
Stop.
you're alone on the roof again. Would you like to continue trying to hit the harpy with your whip?
Yes, I would.
Are you just trying to hit it, or are you trying to entangle it?
Overconfidence. I'm gonna keep trying to entangle it.
99.
Here rolls another 99.
78, which is still a failure.
But it's not a 99. That was ridiculous. You got 2 of those in a row.
I am aware. I assume it tries to murder me back.
It does, and it fails to. Your whip is keeping it at bay, because it does make a lot of noise. And whips were not a thing that were really used by Greek soldiers. They were used mostly at that time for, beating slaves, not for combat. So it's not familiar with the whip. Or maybe it is, and that's why it's wary of it. Who knows?
The point is I'm doing a great job of getting nowhere.
You're doing a great job of getting nowhere.
I'm on the way, buddy. I'm working on it. I just
Let's
gotta
go
go
ahead
get
and-
my crossbow. The only
because
thing
the
I know how
way-
to use is a weapon.
Yeah, combat in this game is like super quick. Rounds are super quick because there are 12 rounds per minute.
Oh,
And I'm like, that. Yeah, I know. I'm like, that's weird, isn't it? So let's go ahead and get you to do another exchange with the harpy.
All right.
Or sorry, the siren. My brain always thinks of like.
Are you
Wow.
fucking kidding me?
99.
Is this as I'm coming up the stairs? Because I am still coming up the stairs.
Yes, as you are coming up the stairs, the siren has made contact with Ken
Oh God!
with its
Again.
claw.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Jesus Christ!
Wants to reach out and touch the face of God. I mean,
Oh, not a single one of those rolls, even if I wasn't trying to do a called shot. Anyways, move on.
So you're gonna lose 11 stamina and then 7 wounds as it actually rakes its claws into you.
All right,
How you
11
doing,
stamina. Actually, I'm not too bad. I've got 26 wounds left and 33 stamina, so I'm actually not that bad.
Yeah, no, that might have actually killed Bob Ivan.
yeah, that would have totally just completely killed me.
Yeah, Ken's a sturdy lad.
Excellent. All right, Professor, you have left the building and you are running towards your office.
Yes.
Ladies, you have run to the spoof library as the door was still open and have huddled down in the safest place you can think of in this particular building because it's underground and that's a flying monster.
Uh, any of the scrolls that were around, Heidi's like, first of all, she's gonna barricade that fucking door. Like, yeah.
Okay, you can close it from the inside. There's actually a latch to open it from the inside.
Yeah,
And it's
that-
designed for people to close the door and be able to breathe while in this room. So, you're
yeah,
fine.
Door closed first. Deep breaths. Holy shit. Okay. Like frantically calming herself.
Yeah, the nerves, your nerves have got you both shaking with like the adrenaline, and like it was fine for the first few seconds. Like you were able to look at it. It was unusual, it was also kind of unearthly in its beauty, in its own way. And then it let out this screech that just screamed at your soul that you needed to flee.
Yeah, like fucking Heidi hit it with the mop and then she was right there. It screamed in her fucking face.
It did. So what we're going to do here, because we're at about the halfway for the session, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break so I can grab a drink, people can go to the bathroom, and then we'll pick up with the ladies dealing with seeing mortal fear for the first time. Like, actual, oh my god, I might die fear.
Well, first time for Alexis, maybe.
Yeah, Alexis has never been afraid in her life.
First time for Alexis. You forget Heidi grew up in East Berlin.
Ah, fair enough. Fair enough. This is a return to form then.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We annoyed Isabeth's right there near the end. I do want to remind people, since we're just getting back from the break, don't forget to hashtag Spooky Snacks. You can enter twice per stream for a box of goodies by Panajon and other people donating other stuff. Isabeth is keeping track. Trying to make sure not to flood the channel with that. Other than that,
Can't time.
we're gonna pick back up with yeah, why not? We're gonna pick back up with the ladies as they are in. They've locked themselves in the spoof library after having seen mortal fear. A little bit of PTSD on Heidi's part, and a little bit of brand new fear for Alexis. Yeah, you just saw a thing that has some that does not belong in this world, is kind of unearthly in its beauty. Scream, and it shook your souls. Go.
That thing. It does not belong here. I just...
Alexis is just like pacing and mumbling to herself, and like writing in a notebook, and like every so often she'll put the notebook down and she'll like pull her camera out and like look at the pictures again and then like write in her notebook again. She's desperately trying to make sense of what she just saw.
Heidi's just kind of standing there with a hand in her hair, like, what the fuck? What the fuck, man?
You're safe-ish. You know that this door requires a special key to get into. It's made out of stone. It has big claws, but there's no telling whether or not it can claw its way through the building to get to you.
I just... we left them there. We just left them there.
I'm sure they'll be fine. And she's just like furiously like pacing around and like writing in her notebook.
You cannot be certain. Did you not see it? Its talons, it got Mr. Kane.
Kane.
It got Mr. Kane.
Well, would not have been able to help him anyway. I am not a fighter. I'm sure he's going to be fine. There is an explanation for this. We just need to figure it out. We have to figure it out. And then she goes back to like muttering to herself. You can like hear her like muttering about like experimentation and like government experiments and stuff like that.
Professor,
Hello.
you have made it into the office building. Well, the building where you have your office. You're a little out of breath because you were not expecting to have to do this run. You didn't have a chance to warm up. You've left one of your students behind to face a creature of unknown origin. How do you feel about this?
I have left my student behind to face a creature of very much known origin, both in the Greek vernacular and in the fact that it comes from the horn itself. That being said, I'm booking at full speed because there's only one thing I have to help him fight it, and that is the crossbow.
Excellent.
I have fuck all for any other type of weapon skill in this game. He's aware of that in himself, and the fact that the only thing he does that he's even is close to do damage to something is his crossbow.
Excellent. So here's where you going to your office has some drawbacks. I need you to make me a luck roll to make sure there's not a student waiting for you to talk to you.
Okay.
Palm his face immediately. Get out of my way! I have tenure.
Here's the thing: tenure is going to be my superpower till the day I die. That is it. That is it's a low roll, but that is still a successful luck hit.
It is in fact successful because you have a 75 in luck.
Yes.
Yep, that is exactly what you needed. Your office door is open, but nobody is there.
I remember locking this. Alexis, stay out of my office.
No.
Alexis has not had time to visit your office.
But yes,
I like to think that she just randomly says no out of nowhere.
Your office is none the worse for wear. Nothing's really changed. You're so used to the disorderly order that you know when things are out of place.
Yes. I grab my crossbow, grab the bolts, and just if someone is been ransacking my office, that is a time for after my student is being like, he may be my least favorite student, but he's still my student, and he's being mauled by a siren. So I'm gonna go fix this.
This is true.
Now here's the important question. How far away are the buildings? Should I go back out and try to head up to the library roof, or ostensibly, if I go to the roof of this building, would I be able to hit it without ridiculous penalties?
Unfortunately, it is far enough away because of the size of the building. You'll have ridiculous penalties.
Absolutely fair. I just want to make sure I can't.
It's a combination of the size of the building, because that's the main building, which is the largest building on campus.
Okay.
And you have to spent like 2 or 3 minutes sprinting there, which means you're running at full speed. That's a pretty good.
Fair enough. Then I am strapping on like the quiver and with the crossbow, but I am running back.
Excellent. All right, now we're gonna zoom back over to the two guys who are dealing with the siren.
99.
Yeah, let's do it.
9.
Woo!
So what?
If
do
you
I
roll 7 99s, the game explodes.
If he rolls another 99, I am going to create a new user for Kit, force him to log out and change users,
I got a 73.
which is still a miss.
That is in fact still a miss.
Bob Ivan.
What do I roll for using the fire extinguisher?
You
properly?
have
But aiming
knowledge
it at the.
right. You have sciences for chemistry, right?
Let me see. Yes, I do.
Yes, you do. Excellent. So while it's not a 1 for 1. I'll let you use that, but you'll have to use half your skill. Obviously, round it down. So if you have a 60, you'll be rolling at a 30. If you've got a 65, you'll be rolling at a 32.
I have a 70.
So that means you're rolling with a 35, which is better than what you'd be rolling with any of the weapon skills.
All right. Yeah. I mean, unless I had my gun, which I don't, because it's back in my room.
Yeah,
locked in a
unfortunately,
box.
you're not.
Can't carry that thing around.
Yeah, this is not a gun either, so it doesn't.
Yeah.
25. Excellent.
So like I'm standing there and I can't get the thing to. I can't get the nozzle off of the fire
You forgot
extinguisher,
to pull the pin.
and I haven't pulled the pin.
Excellent. The siren's target has made its appearance. So instead of targeting Ken, it is targeting Bob Ivan.
Okay.
Oh no.
It's the end of the Bob Ivan. We know it.
Sadly, Bob Ivan is not wielding a weapon that's an actual weapon. So there's no negatives to this.
Oh shit, bye Bob.
99.
That's a 90. That's a miss.
Oh thank God.
Thank God.
Excellent. Now it's going to do a thing that it didn't do before. I'm going to go ahead and activate one of its dark arts. I didn't have to make rolls before. I'm going to do it now.
We're sorry.
What's your current willpower, Bob Ivan?
60.
It's a 60. Excellent.
Yep.
That's good. That's good.
Great.
That's an 18. That's a high result. So I need you to make me a willpower roll at a minus 25.
Oh no.
Okay.
You can
That
do it,
doesn't make
Bob.
it.
That does not make it. It doesn't even make your regular 60, but you could have rescued that with luck had it not had the negative of it using its siren song directly in your face.
Yeah.
So you drop the fire extinguisher and start moving towards the siren. Ken, you're right there. You're right next to the siren song. I need you to also make me a willpower roll, but it's not targeting you, so you don't get the negative.
Cool. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Hot 9.
Hot
Woo!
9.
I
Dang.
got
He can't-
willpower for days. I
he
can't
can't-
hit for shit, but
That's what I was gonna say. You can't hit for shit, but you're apparently like, I'm a monster fighter. Hell yeah!
I'm having the best day. Bob might die, but that's a him problem.
Shish
Uh,
kebab.
That's a high result. by the
That's a
way.
high result. You're good to go. You can fight all day. You've noticed that Bob Ivan has dropped his makeshift weapon and
Bob, what the fuck?
is moving towards the siren. It's your turn.
Cool, I'm gonna try and hit it with a whip. Since it's now focused on Bob Ivan, am I still getting the negative 15?
You are getting the negative 15. Unfortunately, that's a
Okay.
constant negative
99.
for melee combat.
Hot one.
92.
Son of a whore!
What the fuck?
Excellent. All right, so Bob Ivan's
Alright,
no longer
that's me.
defending himself. So
Hot
let's do
is a
this.
shish kebab.
Bye, Bob. I tried.
A 40 is successful as it swoops in and picks you up and
Murders
starts
me.
flying away.
Oh no.
Bob, what the fuck?
I just
It's-
wanted a latte.
It flies very quickly. I am. What?
Am I gonna get a chance to do something before it gets too far away?
You will. However,
Um,
it's going to actually try to prevent you from doing so.
Okay.
So
Am I gonna get a shot on this thing before it disappears?
you will also, because it's not going to be able to target you with the thing that it can do to the person it knows is actively trying to attack it.
All right. What's happening?
All right. Now this is going to be lucky for you. What's your current willpower?
My current willpower?
Yes.
45.
Excellent. All right, so it's going to get a negative 45 to try to use a dark art on you. It starts at 116, by the way.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Negative 45 drops it to a 71.
Dark arts, dark arts, dark arts.
And
Get
it
fucked!
fails to blind you.
Oh, cool. I love not
That's-
being blind.
Yeah.
All right. The professor is going to see the siren as it flies away with its burden. Because it paused to try to blind you, you have one last shot with that whip.
All right, let's do it.
Or you can throw something
Push.
at it.
Well, the whip has a much shorter range than throwing.
That's true.
Success! It is entangled and hits the ground. Get fucked, bird.
Excellent.
It is entangled, and Bob and it hits the ground.
So, it's a low
This isn't
result.
about you, Bob.
Hold on,
It's
hold
a-
on. Is this above? Is this above the roof still, or is this above?
That's a very important question.
This is a very important question, which we will be determining based on dice roll. Bob Ivan, what's your
Yeah.
luck?
Do it, Bob.
That's a good question. What is my luck?
Leave your luck.
Let me look up my luck. My luck is a 30.
Yeah, so better hope you roll under 30 to be on that roof still.
Here we go.
That is an
Whoa.
85. You are not on the roof.
We're in the
Okay,
woods again.
okay, hold
On
on.
a tree.
Tuck and
Hold on.
roll.
Hold on. I've
can't.
entangled it with a whip. This implies I still have a
Can't
grip
be.
on it. Can I make something like, say, a strength roll to basically be holding it as it's over the edge of the roof so they don't hit the ground?
You can.
All
Would you
right.
like to spend 10 will to give yourself a massive amount of strength? Or a d10 worth of will to give yourself a massive amount of strength?
Shit, feat of strength.
I mean, I don't think I actually need it. I think my strength's high enough just to lift this amount of weight, actually.
It is. It
Falling
is.
weight.
I was just going to give you a bonus if you decided to use the feat of strength.
Sure. Why not? What could go wrong with lowering my willpower?
So roll me a d10. That's how much willpower it's going to cost you.
Boop, boop, boop. Roll. Alright.
Nah, it was 4 for a second there.
All right.
Why are you rooting against me? We're on the same team.
Because it's the weird Schadenfreude joy of the dice just hating you tonight.
Now,
Yeah,
my
apparently.
question then becomes, is this at, like, am I doing this at a student level, or is because it's a one-off, like, scroll, is it at a higher level?
You're doing it at a student level,
Okay.
which, for purposes of this particular roll, you're going to add 25% to your strength roll.
So add 25.
Yeah, so whatever your strength is, add a quarter to that. So if you have an 80, you'd add 20, etc.
I have 75. Which means I have to do math.
You know what? Let's just
16.
round it up to a
You
full
had
third.
16.
Let's just round it up to a full third. Let's put you up to that 100. So as long as you don't roll double ot, you are succeeding at this.
Oh, that's an 8.
That's a critical result.
That's an incredible critical.
It's just
With
like
that,
one
can I
handing.
basically have, like, yanked them back up onto the roof?
Yes, you have.
Excellent.
So, from the perspective of Bob Ivan and the professor, because in order to get that last shot on the siren, Ken literally walked up, stood on the edge of the roof, and like pulled the whip at max at like as hard as he could. Managed to grab a hold of one of the siren's wings as it was getting away, and then he pulled. And the two of you can see for just a brief moment as he takes a breath before he pulls, takes in a deep breath, breathes out, and you can actually see the breath coming out of his mouth. And it is filled with some sort of like glowy energy. In that moment, your doubt of your strength disappears.
I never doubted it.
Any doubts you may have had, anything, even that slightest, like, I need to improve, I need to be better because I'm not good enough yet, or I'm the best but I still need to keep getting better. That moment of, this is beyond anything I've ever done. He pulls, and instead of dropping him like it was going to, he pulls before the siren can let go of Bob Ivan to try and free itself, and he pulls them both back onto the roof. There is that split second, however, Professor, where you can try and take a shot.
Kill it, Professor.
If I kill this thing, will it drop Bob Ivan off the building?
No, he's fully. He's
No,
covered in
he's
whip.
Okay.
he's safe at the moment. He will
Just
be
want to
safe.
make sure about that. And it does not get the -15 because it is technically not airborne.
It gets the -10 for it being at least a student level in its melee weapon,
Okay.
which is its talents. You just don't get the additional -5 for it being airborne.
All right. Let's see what I can do here. So it's going to be there.
I believe that's a high result.
No, hold on. We're fixing this even better. So it's 12 points to spend to make that a critical. Let's crit this damn thing.
Wait,
12
what's
points.
your before the negative? What's your
It's 47 and then becomes 37.
right? So you need a 3.
Yeah, and so I rolled a 15. So if I spend 12 points of luck, it becomes a critical.
Excellent. All right. So here's what I need you to do. I need you to roll me 2d10 twice. And then I get to roll its stamina afterwards to see whether or not its wing is disabled.
Okay, so
Oh, damn.
Oh, yes. So that is
So it's 19 stamina damage and then 10 wounds.
Jesus.
Oh, no, don't worry about it. This thing is designed to fight an entire party. So it has a lot of stamina and wounds.
No, I just was thinking about, for Bob's sake, it would kill him completely. Just be eviscerated.
Wow.
It'd just be a red mist of Bob.
Okay, so luckily for it, it passes. However, its flying speed is cut in half. Poor thing. It's been hurt so badly. Did we ever do your damage for the whip kit? Because you still do damage.
No, actually, when I'm doing the entangler thing, it specifically doesn't do damage. But in
Right.
exchange for 2 rounds, it's helpless, and it has to spend those 2 rounds doing nothing but trying to get out.
Yep.
Or let me rephrase: it can spend 2 rounds as long as it does nothing else trying to get out. If it does anything else, it elongates how long it's wrapped up.
Fair enough.
So
Yeah,
it
that's
is
what it's gonna do.
helpless.
all right. So it's been
Am I
pulled back
also
onto the roof and out of
entangled?
sight. Then I am running up. I'm going to run up the steps, however long it's going to take.
Bob Ivan, you were clawed, so you will still. I didn't count it then because I was going to add it to the damage if you got dropped.
Yeah.
But you did get clawed, so you are going to take a d10's worth of stamina damage. I'm going to go ahead and roll that. We'll see what you get. 6.
Whew.
Is that just wounds?
No, it's stamina
Stamina.
damage.
Alright, I have 1 stamina.
Yeah, that's good. That means that didn't roll over into your wounds. You're on the roof, though. You're safe. Ish.
Pretty much.
Ken definitely just saved your life.
Am I
Ken is the
entangled
best.
in Ken's web?
No. It let
Okay.
go of you, but he pulled hard enough that you managed to make it onto the roof because, well, like, you saw the whole thing with, like, the glowy breath and then the bulging muscles and him pulling, and you and the siren both got pulled in whatever direction he was trying to get you in. He was basically, like, looking like a fisherman with a double hook.
I mean, thankfully, Alexis is not here because that's clearly going to be steroid allegations.
Thankfully.
Can I try to retrieve the fire extinguisher? There it is.
All right.
Green.
We're going to pause for just a moment with the action upstairs. Ladies, you've had a chance to collect yourselves. You're no longer shaking with fear. You've had a moment to catch your breath, share what was left of the bottle of water, have a granola bar, split between the two of you, and you're Your faculties have returned. That feeling of absolute dread you had has faded. You're in the library.
Pizza?
Sorry?
Nothing. um,
We need to go back out there.
we do. We need evidence. We need more evidence about this. So I agree. We should head back out there.
We need to help them.
Right, of course. But I also need more evidence. I need to know what's going on. She has curiosity as like a drawback, so she like I need to know what's going on. So yeah, we can help them too, but
Let's go.
okay.
So unjam the door. And
Oh, do we have to run again?
yes.
Damn it.
And then she starts running.
All right. I'm not going to make you do running rolls this time. Everyone essentially is going to be, once I get a chance to deal with a couple of rounds of the Siren versus Ken and Bob Ivan, everyone will be rejoined pretty much at the same time. So Ken, after getting your head around attacking a moving object again, you have finally wrapped this thing's wings up, or at least one of its wings.
No.
And you've pulled it back onto the roof, successfully rescuing your compatriot.
Here's the trick. I've been looking this up while you bounced over to the others. An unconscious, bound, or otherwise helpless human or animal may be automatically killed by an attacker. This is not a human or an animal, so I'm asking if that applies.
Unfortunately, it is not a human or an animal. It is, in fact, a creature of the dark. So
Fair
it
enough.
fills a different niche in terms of existence.
Then would we say that for automatic hit would just be like the equivalent of doing a crit automatically?
Pretty much, because it's bound. It can't stop you from hitting it in the head or going for vital organs. Or in the case of you actually using something blunt, breaking bones, because, it still has hollow bones.
Yeah, then my next question is there anything handy that I can swing at this thing other than just to do more damage than my fist?
Yeah, there's like spare pipes and stuff up here.
Cool.
There's
also
a fire extinguisher.
There's also like not only the fire extinguisher Bob Ivan brought with him, but there's a couple of them on the roof, in case the AC units, the HVAC system catches fire.
Cool. Then I will real quick grab a pipe and swing at this thing. What would you say the strike range of whatever I pick up is?
Well, it's a melee weapon, so
the melee weapons go from 1 to 7. So
yeah, that's true.
So I need.
There is
A heavy club is measured at 1 point as a 4. Should we say would that work?
Yeah, it'll work as a 5 since it's made out of metal instead of a heavy club assumes it's wood.
Okay, then a crit is 4 ranks higher, so this is a strength rank 9, which is 6d10 stam, 3d10 wounds.
Yep.
I'm gonna wail on this thing. This is alright, so shoot. First for the stamina damage.
Luckily for you, its claws aren't a very powerful weapon. Its design is to pick people up and drown them.
Alright, so 22 stamina damage and 12 wounds.
Okay, it's still trying to break free. Bob Ivan, you are going to spend the first round breaking free of the effect of the mind null from its siren song.
Okay. What do I need to roll for that?
No, you'll break free automatically. It's not maintaining the
Oh,
siren
okay.
song. It's being beaten to death.
Yeah.
It's concerned about other things right now.
I don't
Um,
want to die.
Go ahead and hit it again. Roll that damage again.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it again.
It's still thrashing and trying to get out.
Of course it is. It's having a bad day. That's 31 stamina damage. And another 22 wounds.
Okay. After that second strike, you heard bones crunching the first time. You heard bones crunch the second time. It lets out a shriek, and then it kind of poofs.
Does it leave behind a glowing collectible? Sorry. Anyways.
No glowing collectible. It is almost what you see is it's almost like it turns into like water for a minute, and then it evaporates. The water like steams and evaporates.
I'm assuming I have witnessed this.
Yes.
That is the coolest thing I have ever done.
Ken,
Oh, my shoulder
Fucking
hurts
rock.
a whole lot. Ah!
yeah, the claws hurt. The claws hurt
Ugh.
real bad.
Oh.
We should probably get
Ugh.
off the roof before someone realizes we're up here.
Huh? Oh, yeah. No, probably. I don't think we're supposed to be on the roof at all.
The group, by the way, rejoins, and is everybody's together, but there's no more siren.
Where has it gone?
I hit it
killed
with
it,
a
Guys, got
pipe really hard.
It vaporized.
It is dead?
It turned into some sort of water and
I
evaporated
mean,
rapidly.
mythologically speaking, they're connected to various deities. I don't think they can die, but it definitely disapprove.
Disapprove?
that's not a word,
Dis-
Mr. Kane.
It's not a word.
No, it's very much not a word.
Look, he
Yeah, it's
turned
not a
into
word at
water and
all.
evaporated. Disapprove seems like it would work.
Did you find anything about the summoner?
Really hates Bob. Oh wait,
Yeah.
no, it might be Mitch.
What I
Who's
know,
Mitch?
Yeah. Now that you've got a chance to think about it, that email you read, it came from a guy named Mitch. And what he told you
Really?
was, it looks like somebody dropped dye in the pool water. Nothing was wrong.
Everything's cool forever, probably.
Does that have like a first and last name on it for Mitch? Or did it?
Yeah, his name is Mitchell Mitchelson, which is what everybody
swear.
calls him Mitch.
So is
Man, I
your
can't believe
Mitch,
bitch Mitch did this.
is your Mitch Mitchell Mitchelson?
What?
Is the Mitch that you know, or the one that they were talking about, is it Mitchell Mitchelson? Double Mitch.
Probably.
Double itch. That itch.
Okay, well,
I think he's having a stroke.
yeah.
I'm having a lack of coffee. and
Evans,
need food.
Evans, sit down. Evans, just sit down.
By the way,
no, I
you
just
do
need
feel
a
like
latte.
passing out. You do feel like passing out because you haven't eaten anything, and you are very hungry. And I believe it's like 12:30.
I'm like
in-game.
caffeine
It's
deprived.
almost 1 o'clock actually. 'Cause the clock,
Yeah.
the clock was left on. When we went
According
to
to my body, I'm caffeine deprived.
He
Going
is
through
food
withdrawal
deprived, sleep deprived, and has been running on caffeine for basically 2 weeks.
weeks.
And a bird keeps trying to kill him.
And a bird keeps trying to kill him.
I feel very, very tired. I'd like to go back to my room and sleep for a while.
I mean, we probably shouldn't just leave you in your room. Like,
You can't. Not.
I would like to lay down somewhere,
Not-
please.
I mean, there's more than one siren. Like, there's a bunch of them.
I assume that
like
that
historically
horn thing can
speaking.
call an unlimited number.
Right. So we got to
We
find
must-
Mitch.
We must find the person with the horn.
So if it is the Mitch Mitchelson, he was in the chemistry lab last I saw him, and I give him the room number and whatnot. I am not able to continue because I'm about to pass out.
Hey, Mr. Tenure.
Mm-hmm.
As someone with tenure, also you have access to the Dean of Admissions. You can find out where a student's room is, and what their activities are, what their class schedule looks like, etc., etc., etc.
Oh, yeah, let's head to the admission. I mean, it's Saturday anyway. The admission office is closed, but we have a maintenance person with all the keys.
Key.
So yeah, let's go break
the
into the admission
key.
office and go find Mitch Squared's.
I'm going to find a first aid kit. We have previously established that I already know where all of them are.
That's fair.
I'm gonna pass out in a safe location.
So nowhere.
Yeah.
What about you, Alexis? Are you following them since they're going to be following a lead on this Mitch Mitchelson? This Mitchell Mitchelson?
Sure.
Poor guy, what a name.
Mitch.
I
You
decided
say
on
that
his
like you didn't name him.
I did it on purpose, even.
At least Bob Ivan has a purpose.
Yeah, to get killed by a bird. Anyway.
Speaking of Bob Ivan, Heidi is going to basically insist at this point that they go to the nurse's office.
Luckily for you, the nurse's office is in the same building as the admissions office.
Yeah.
This sounds wonderful. Can we go
Also,
stay on the way there?
No.
everybody is kind of hungry, especially Ken. Ken, you've had a lot of recent physical
I've
activity.
burned a lot of calories, and I'm losing a lot of blood.
I'm sure if you just squeeze your hand over the area, it'll make it fine.
Just put some dirt on it; it'll be fine.
A
So-
little bit of Bactine.
Some of you, I'm assuming, head to the nurse's office. The two injured people, and possibly Heidi.
Well, you need the Cropper
You
needs
don't-
her keys.
You can always give me the keys. I have a track record of returning them properly.
And
You have
tenure.
Tenure is useless in this scenario, but
I don't want to hear those words.
well, you did.
I mean, it shouldn't take that long to bandage Ken.
No,
If you want to wait for like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
it's not hard to get access to both because you would pass by the nurse's office to get to the admissions office. So it's not like you can't just open the door for them. Ken is apparently used to bandaging wounds. He's got a couple of big gashes, but he's like, who has medicine, by the way?
I do.
Excellent.
All
Yeah,
right,
he's
so-
doing a pretty good job. You can roll
I mean,
for
I have
Bob Ivan.
medicine.
You're gonna Bob Ivan cannot perform medicine on himself.
No.
You're gonna need to roll to help him because he definitely needs help. He's gonna have to go to the hospital after this.
I'm going. Okay, I have a 62.
Luckily for you, you're in an office that has actual supplies instead of just a first aid kit. So you will get a +10 for having appropriate supplies on hand.
And then I'll burn 13 luck to make it a low result.
Okay. So you are able to bandage him up. He's definitely going to need to go to the hospital. You're pretty sure he's got a broken rib.
Just need to take a nap.
You've given him some pain pills, and the nurse's office is actually stocked with minor snacks. So you've managed to put some high-calorie foods in his stomach.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be fine for a little while, hopefully.
Did they have
maybe.
electrolyte powder in the 90s?
Yes.
Yeah.
You sounded so put upon that I just asked a singular question. I'm sorry you're old.
Yes.
All right.
I mean,
she'll get a water bottle out of, like her mini fridge or something and empty an electrolyte powder into it and be like, drink.
I have
Yep.
to. For
All
the
right.
first time in his entire life.
That's an exaggeration for damn sure.
For the first
Anyway.
time in a decade.
That
Yeah.
would make sense.
In a very long time.
Okay, now that the bandaging of people is done, we're going to the admissions office. Dun, dun, dun. Ken, you can choose to be here or not. Bob Ivan, you are unfortunately going to probably be bedridden for at least a little while.
I mean,
Can lay down.
yeah, no follow up. I'm curious. I want to see what the hell, Mitch?
Okay. Does anybody have... Actually, no, the professor can just log into the computer. You don't need to break in. Professor, do you remember your login for the school computer system? Do you use it?
Yes, absolutely still do. Remember, Professor is here to do his own research and things, which he has to log in for. Like teaching is a sad but necessary punishment of that gets in the way of doing his own like grant work. So like when it comes to like the stuff that's not dealing with students, he's fantastic.
Right, but he's terrible with his students.
Yeah, he has the charisma of a brick wall.
Yep.
And not even like a nice brick wall with like cool graffiti, like a dilapidated one.
Yeah. All right, so you're able to log in. It's not hard to find. You've got his name, so it's not hard to find Mitch Mitchelson. With you having Ken with you, Ken definitely recognizes him.
So
He's on the swim team.
Yeah,
hey,
he's-
look at that.
Yeah, he's a senior in the swim team.
Sim Tweem?
Swim team. Look,
alright,
I've lost a lot of blood. Leave me alone.
no.
I just fought a supernatural creature with a whip. I should get some more respect
okay,
around here.
okay, we've had multiple in-class discussions about how that is not a practical weapon, Mr. K.
And yet, here we are.
How many 99s did you roll, Mr. Kane?
I only needed one success to then beat the shit out of that thing. Thank you very
Tenure
much.
gives me the ability to see the game mechanics, Mr. Kane. I know
sure
that you're
does.
failing at this. No. So I want to look up his what do we have listed for his home address, whether it's on campus or off campus.
His current residence is actually listed as Theta Phi Delta.
Of course. Okay. We're checking all the boxes, ladies.
Which,
and
if that's a real fraternity or sorority, I'm so sorry I'm using this, but I didn't do any of my research on that, and
If that's a real maturity, if that's a real fraternity, and you have a Mitch,
Mitch
check it out.
Mitchelson.
check it on Mitch. Not even Mitch Mitchelson. Just check it on Mitch. Make sure Mitch is doing okay. But yes, okay. So grab that address. Now, would the same system also have like where they have access to, or like any keys that have been issued out to them?
students would have acts like they would say what he is. So it's got his major listed, and he is a chemistry major. So he has as a student going for his master's degree has access to the research building 24 hours a day. He has to log it when he signs in. He does, in fact, have the research building itself has basically a little security desk where you sign in, and the security guard buzzes you into the actual building. After that, you can pretty much go anywhere you can open a door to. And guess where the research area for archaeology stuff is?
It's in the same building.
Ding, 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 same building.
Okay. Oh, we're also in admissions. So the bursar's office is here, also as well as everything like that. They'll have his class schedule.
Exactly. It's also, by the way, on the computer.
Yeah, I will grab. I grab his class schedule as well.
Okay,
just in case we need it.
excellent. You can print that out.
Hopefully we find him today before anyone else gets killed. But just in case Monday we need to storm into a room and say, "Pardon me, we need to kick this person's ass real quick. I have tenure." But yeah, no. I think next stop is the last bit of corroboration we need, because, or at least the last bit of corroboration Cuthbert needs before we assault a student. Is
Don't act like that's not every every teacher's dream.
it doesn't matter. I got to be able to back this up. Is confirming that he's signed into the research building during the time the horn was made to disappear. I think we all know it's gonna be the fact, but double checking it and making sure that it's there on the sign-in sheet.
Okay. So who's going to the actual research building? The time it takes to get the computer, because this is the 90s, computers are slow. Bob Ivans had a chance to take a short power nap. You can choose to follow along, or you can continue to nap. Ken, you're definitely doing great.
Yeah,
You've got bandages. The bleeding has stopped for now.
Got some of that electrolyte water.
Yeah, you got some of that electrolyte water. You had a chance to have some granola bars and a calorie bar. It tasted bad, but you know what? Those things will give you energy.
Yeah, man, it's not the first calorie bar I've had. Yeah, let's go. Let's do this.
Yeah,
Gonna get that horn and secure it. Put it in a big crate,
Museum?
maybe. No. It's got to be studied by top men.
Top men.
Excellent. Okay. So I'm assuming the whole group is going. Yes, I haven't heard anything from Alexis or.
Unless
I'm just going along with the flow.
Heidi will follow, unless Bob Ivan does not.
No, he's definitely following. He said he was.
Okay.
Yeah, I might as well. You said I got a nap and I'm feeling better, so.
Oh yeah, you're still hurting, but you've had some pain meds. You've had a little food. You've had some
I feel great.
water.
This floating rib over here, totally dislocated. It's fine.
Yeah, you're in a bit of pain.
I'll put some Windex on it. It'll be fine.
Windex. All right, so the group makes their way over to the research building. As a professor, the security guard will let you see the sign-in sheet.
Yeah, just quickly reviewing it for the date and time of the missing tapes that we were made aware of.
Guess what?
He was there?
No, the page is missing.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
I have a moderate dressing down of the security guard for being so lax of their duty that a page is missing from the book. But
So I feel like I should let you all know that he is the one who ran the water sample. I didn't realize at the time that he was the one doing all of this.
that
So-
explains why you're the target.
Yes.
Let's.
You tipped him off that you were on his trail.
Yes, apparently.
Kenneth,
Yeah.
lead us to the Theta Phi Delta house, please.
Gonna just assume I know where that is, and I've probably gone to a few parties there.
Shut off your mad whip skills.
Alexis
Really?
definitely knows where that is. Those guys have been part of one of her exposés for letting underage drinking happen on campus during dry days.
Yeah, I'm banned from that house, but I'm totally down to sneak in.
I'm pretty sure you're preemptively banned from every house.
He's not wrong.
But I'm also I know how to sneak in. Like, I know what windows are always unlocked.
That's
That's why you're banned from everything. You understand that, right?
No. No.
oh the soft little no.
That can't be it. They're jealous, you see. Jealous.
So, I need people to make me, once you actually get to Greek Row, I need you to make me a perception check.
All right.
Okay.
Boop. Oh shit! I succeeded somehow. I believe that's only a low.
I mean, a low is still a success.
I'm sorry, what are we rolling? I spaced
Perception.
out. Thank you.
How'd
I'm
you...
in too much pain to see.
Nope. I am a medium actually.
Oh,
Me
hey,
as
that's
well.
good.
I'll burn 4 luck to get a low roll.
Just waiting on one last person.
Sorry, mine is a medium result.
Excellent. Anybody who actually succeeded, you hear the sounds of a deep, reverberating, sounds like a ship's horn. And for those of you who got a medium, it is coming from the sports complex.
Mm.
Yeah, that's probably a bad thing.
Yeah.
just sighs and ratchets the action back on the crossbow to put another bolt in.
Yep.
I'm so tired of going to the athletics building.
Why? The athletics building's great. As I start moving towards it.
Yep.
Heidi's gonna like spin her mop as you would a bow like a bow staff, and then just gonna take off.
Yep.
So,
Let's
so
go.
we're not breaking into the.
No, the horn's the more important thing.
Feel
You
free
know,
to break
like,
in.
The windows. Oh no, fine. I'll do it later. It's fine.
Would Bob Ivan have a permit to carry a firearm? This is the 90s, and we haven't had this mass school shootings yet.
Still though, I don't think anybody should trust Bob Ivan with a firearm. No offense.
Well,
Bob
here's
Ivan
the
does not
issue.
scream.
Bob Ivan.
You haven't gone back to Bob Ivan's room to go get his firearm.
Well, so I wanted to know so that I knew whether or not it was worth going back to get it.
I mean, you are
I would
what?
assume I at least have a permit for it. At
I mean,
minimum.
yeah, you have a permit to carry a firearm.
But not conceal permit.
I mean,
Probably.
Concealed carry. The thing is the university doesn't allow concealed carry,
Right.
and you have a permit to have a firearm, but it's going to look bad if you're walking around with a firearm in the middle of the day on a Saturday.
Okay, as a
mean-
general rule, you're not allowed to have firearms on college campuses unless you have specific written permission from like the dean or whatever.
Ooh.
Different places will have different
Bows.
laws specifically, but the general catch-all is no. Even if you have a permit for it, the college does not want you to have a gun on school
If
grounds.
the professor can have a crossbow.
The professor
get
has
a
tenure.
bow?
Also, there are different laws for.
Yeah, there are different laws for
Can I
bows and
get a
crossbows.
bow?
Yeah, we're going to the sports complex. That's where we
Yeah.
keep the bows.
There's
Yeah, there are bows at the sports
Fantastic.
complex.
I'm gonna then procure a bow.
Yeah, you're allowed to have your firearm on campus. You've been given permission to do that.
Yep, it's in the lockbox, and then it has a lock on the mechanism, so you can't.
Yeah, it'll take a while for you to be able to open the lockbox regardless. But because of where you live, they're a little more free on laws for carrying firearms. But openly carrying on the university campus will likely get you arrested.
Oh yeah.
He's bad.
So the group of you eventually make it to the sports complex. And Bob Ivan, I need you to make me a willpower roll.
There we go.
Oh,
Can I make an art
good.
criticism roll while Bob Evans rolling the willpower roll?
Sure. Make your art criticism roll.
I have 117 in it. I should probably use it before the end of this game.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to spend 4 luck to make that a low
Okay.
success.
And that's a
Yeah.
medium for me.
Excellent. All right. So you have the urge to go into the sports complex.
Okay.
Okay. So now that you have a medium, somebody actually could succeed at the art criticism. This particular song, as you're starting to realize, reminds you of almost every single like lullaby you've ever heard.
Mhm.
It is meant to dull the senses, and unfortunately, provide a sense of safety to the listener, which will make them drop their guard. Also makes you want to move towards it.
Oh, I don't not want to move towards it.
Yeah, I will relay that to everyone, and just say, be under God.
All of you can hear the music, by the way. And
Yeah.
for those of you who have seen the beast, which I believe is all of you, or at least have seen a siren, you can definitely tell it sounds like a woman's voice.
With my medium result on that, is this the same voice or a different voice?
It is a different one.
Okay. So it seems to be either a different one every time or a different one thanks to Mr. Kane's right beating of the last one.
I would imagine it's a different one.
Excellent. So you're getting ready to enter the sports complex. Does anybody want to do anything before you attempt to confront what you assume to be Mitchell Mitchelson and his new siren?
Safety equipment. Grab some earbuds for everybody, earplugs for everyone.
You can definitely do that.
I would like to get a bow
Yeah.
and arrows.
Is that stuff kept like on the outskirts of it, or is that something that we'd have to go inside to get?
You can get there from the inside of the building without going towards where you assume Mitchell would be.
Okay, then yeah.
I assume
Grab
with my bow skill I'd have a bow, but character
Not that-
sheets are limited.
You also probably weren't carrying it around willy nilly.
No,
Yeah.
it's once again it's back in my room.
There's
My
well,
bow.
there's probably we're going to the sports complex. There's probably an archery club.
There
We could
is.
probably grab a compound bow.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Does
some
Alexis
arrows.
have any weapon skills?
Not
Talking.
really. I mean, she like has some like.
She knows how to punch a motherfucker.
Yeah, I know how to punch a
She also has-
motherfucker because
she
she's
also has
like
mace.
taken some self-defense classes, but other than that, no. She's here to take pictures and document what is happening. I'm sure you and your crossbow and Ken and his whip and the
Kent's
broom
gonna grab like a spear and some javelins as well.
were that. She's here to document history and to write
Heidi, do you
news
wanna-
articles.
Brought a camera.
Do you want to grab any sort of makeshift things to throw?
Do I even have throwable? Oh yeah, I do. Thrown weapon skill. Yeah, I'll. Oh, it's unbalanced objects.
Yeah.
Oh, that just means
Uh,
random stuff.
Yeah. I feel like she's good at throwing like spray bottles.
she has like a few spray bottles. If there's the opportunity to like go to any of the weightlifting rooms, she'll grab some dumbbells.
Yeah, no, that's fair. You can grab a couple dumbbells.
And she's also gonna follow up on Kenneth and trade her mop for a spear.
I mean, that works. The group has armed themselves. Bob Ivan has grabbed a bow with some arrows. Professor's been carrying around his crossbow, which, by the way, students made a note of that he's carrying around his crossbow 2 days in a row. They want to know who pissed him off.
We've also been seen in the presence of someone who gets into repeated arguments with mid-lecture about how Indiana Jones is not a viable archaeologist.
Hold up. Based on previously discussed, I'm the only one ever in those lectures, so it's not like
Right.
people have seen it in person much.
In the
They've
lectures
heard them.
now. Now we're in like we're in October. It's been a couple of months.
Keep in mind when
the
they
first
listed
couple
those...
of weeks, like I have a great mental image of like the day one Kenneth showing up with fedora and leather jacket, ready to
Linen
learn
t-shirt.
archaeology.
Yeah.
But like whenever the students listen to the playback of the recordings, they're gonna hear them.
I
They
have to
are.
assume they fast forward.
Some of them probably listen to him for posterity. Plus, you've been in the presence of Alexis, which a lot of the faculty don't like her. There's a few faculty that love her, and it's like this is a ragtag group of people that have been following one of the strangest professors in the school.
I apologize in advance for what I'm about to say. Alexis, you should be the one leading us into this building. Because clearly, snitches get mitches.
I mean, yes, if you would like your young student to lead.
No. I just
because
that doesn't
you
actually
are-
happen in universe, but
I know.
snitches get mitches got stuck in my head,
Yeah, I was
and
about-
I had to share that with the world.
I was about to have Heidi go Cuthbert, like dropping the first name.
Oh man! All right.
It is my duty. The people need to know these things.
I will also, while we're ransacking the sports equipment for weapons, get a spare soccer net and just toss it to Kenneth.
Okay. They're bundled up for carrying, so yeah, that's doable.
Yeah, just as just in case, if like that might work better than trying to entangle someone with a whip.
He is not trained in using nets, but he could definitely throw it without letting it open as an unbalanced weapon.
Yeah, the rules are real dumb.
I am injecting some sanity and real life physics into this 90s RPG because, for the love of hell, if you have an entangler skill and the net isn't qualified by the entangler skill.
No, it is. He's just not trained in it.
Okay.
Yeah, the problem is that the entangler skill requires you to pick a specific thing basically each time you get a level in it.
Even worse. Let's go.
I am aware.
Yeah, that seems pretty broken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's the fact that they're two different skills. It's super weird.
All right. So yeah, like the weird Buffy after Timu Buffy squad that we are, we burst through the door into
Timu Buffy squad.
Timu Buffy.
Jesus.
You mean Wish?
Wish.com Buffy the Vampire Slayer crew.
Which, by the way, if you haven't watched it, you should definitely. I think it was all uploaded to YouTube by Isabits. You should definitely watch the Broken Hearts Club, where we played the Buffy RPG. I was a werewolf. It's great.
The YouTube
You're a
link is
werewolf.
in the Twitch chat, and it is uploaded.
Hooray.
You're a werewolf being bullied by the Slayer constantly. Like every time I tuned in, the Slayer was bullying you.
Yes.
Our
I was-
Slayer was very mean.
Our Slayer was very mean. As much as I enjoy playing with her, our Slayer was very mean.
All right.
Much love
Yeah.
to Katie. Can't wait till you rejoin us in Centurion Ridge.
Anyways, this
Mitch
game.
Hunt.
The Mitch Hunt. Anyway, all of you burst into the pool, which, by the way, guess what? The pool is uncovered.
Shocker.
Shocker.
Mr. Kane. How many times do we tell you to cover the pool?
I'm not on the swim team.
So, those of you who have seen Mitch, which are exactly two of you.
No, we were all
Rec-
in the admissions when we loaded up. the
Ah,
picture on the
right. You've all
computer.
seen the picture. So, yeah, it's him. He is wearing the same burgundy hoodie that was in the security tapes. And next to him is standing sort of awkwardly is another siren. This one's got slightly different colored plumage, so you can tell it's a different one.
Okay, I've got.
Also, for those of you who saw the face of the other one, which was everybody, I don't think Cuthbert got a good look at it.
well, he did crit the thing. I think I shot in the eye.
Yeah. No, you shot it in the wing.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
From a distance away.
This is definitely a different woman's face. And instead of the black hair the other one had, this one has brown hair.
Super not important question. But you keep on mentioning burgundy hoodie. What are the school colors of Hunter Blackwood?
I mean, clearly it's red and black, right? Red-tailed hawks.
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
okay,
In fact,
that's the problem.
it's red,
He
black,
keeps-
and white. By the way,
he keeps on saying burgundy, not red. That's a very different type. Like the
We've
the red,
clearly
red-tailed-
established that Mitch does not have much school spirit.
okay, so the hoodies, school clothing, the red stuff comes in various shades of red.
All right.
Yeah.
Because I want to say if it's just off burgundy reddish for the like everything, I'm like, oh no,
Yeah, no.
it's just a bird at that point. It's not a red-tailed hawk. Anyway,
Yeah, no.
Sorry.
Most of the stuff is like a really bright red, but you can buy some of the stuff in town that's cheaper from like local people that are like, yeah, buy Hunter Blackwood University gear, and the colors are slightly off from the official stuff.
gotcha.
So he's not even wearing an official hoodie. He's wearing like one of the ones you buy in town for like a quarter of the price.
For shame, Mr. Mitchelson.
And
Uh,
I fed you for
so-
nothing.
Here's the best part. A lot of the ones that are messed up, a lot of the fake ones, you know, the ones that you buy in town,
Knockoffs?
the knockoffs, they will usually have something wrong with them in terms of the school logo. Either it'll have the wrong bird, or Blackwood will have like one too many O's or one too few O's. There's always something slightly off with the logo, so they can't get in trouble for selling knockoff school brand stuff.
Clearly, it's parody. Duh.
This
Ding.
one has a raven, and it's
No,
written in Cyrillic.
Yeah, no. With this one, it just says Hunter Blackwood, doesn't say university, and obviously it's the wrong color.
Okay.
I'm glad we got that sorted out for you.
Oh my lord.
Do you feel better about asking your silly questions?
No.
I provided way more detail. I provided way more detail than I needed to, but that was actually something I planned, that he was wearing a knockoff hoodie.
Place the horn on the ground, Mr. Mitchelson.
And return the creature.
Return the slab.
Oh, I don't think so. Return the slab. I don't think so. This is going to be my ticket. This thing is made up of something that's not normal, and I'm still trying to research it, because if I can find out it's chemical makeup, I'll be famous. I'll be rich, and they'll stop
Mitch,
making fun of me.
How does
Mitch,
that
you
evolve
don't
to you
understand.
killing people?
But you're part of the swim team. Who the heck is making fun of you?
Mitch, this belongs in a museum, Mitch.
Alexis has her notebook out. Where did you even find this thing?
Eh,
In the arcology wing of the school.
I wasn't talking to you, Bob Ivan.
Weren't you paying
Mitch,
attention when we were in?
Mitch, come on. I would like to interview you. And she's trying to distract him for you, if that's not obvious. And she's like actually taking notes and engaging him so that he focuses on her, so the rest of you can do something.
I would like for you to make a personality roll,
Oh
and then
no.
yeah, congratulations.
Oh, no.
If you have acting, I'll let you use that.
What about journalism? Because like I'm interviewing.
Yeah, but you're also trying to distract him versus actually interviewing him. So,
What is my act? No, that's not good. That's not good either.
what was your question, Kit?
Let this resolve first. If it fails,
Oh,
it's irrelevant.
No, it's totally fine. I actually got a high result.
Nice.
I
Hooray.
have personality sometimes, and every once in a while it's even good.
You've dropped into reporter mode. Engaging people is always the hardest part in the beginning for you. Once you've actually got them engaged, then your journalism skills take over. Because they're actually engaged, as opposed to you trying to get their buy-in, which is always the one thing you stumble over.
Indeed.
My question was: is the like conch in his hands?
Yes.
All
The
right.
Nautilus shell is in fact in his hands.
And he is
Don't
now
do it.
and he's now distracted by what?
Don't do it. You're gonna roll 99, kid.
May I take your picture with you like holding it up, like very dramatic, like in one hand, like holding it up? May I, you know, you're gonna be famous. I would like to.
I'm gonna.
I would like to
Okay.
point out the siren seems to be like zeroed in on a certain
Bob
someone.
Ivan?
Yeah. And while he's distracted, it's been given orders. So it is not distracted by somebody who's requested to take pictures. He's like, yeah, get me a picture with it. This will show my research on, this thing is real. It's not just me making it up. It's made out of, and then he starts going into about how it's made out of something that's like similar to water, but it has too many, like hydrocarbons. And he's actually saying hydrocarbons, and like he's going into scientific everything.
With him distracted and displaying it, I would like a called shot to grab it out of his hand with my whip.
Don't do it.
Do it. It's gonna be amazing. I believe in you 100%.
He is
Fail.
distracted. He is distracted.
Mhm.
He does not know you are trained with whip. So we're gonna give you.
Surprise.
We're gonna give you a plus 20 for this one,
Woo!
which
Surprise,
means you get a plus 10 to your roll.
motherfucker.
So
Well,
Good
while
luck.
that roll is happening, I have a question for you, just based on prior research.
okay.
Mhm.
If when the scroll of about this horn, did it say that you can whoever holds it takes control, or anything like, if you blow it again, you can summon more, like anything like that, or is it literally just you summon it, siren appears, siren does your bidding?
It listens to the summoner.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't say about whether or not more than one can be summoned, but
Okay.
it does say whoever summoned it. It will listen to whoever summoned it.
Gotcha.
So
Should blow on it again. We can have a siren v siren kaiju fight.
All
Did
right,
it say anything about it being destroyed? It returning the monster?
It does not say anything about whether or not the monster would be returned if it's destroyed, because they haven't tried that.
Ah,
It could make it worse. Anyways,
Excellent.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend 2 luck to turn that into a high result.
Excellent. There's a lot of stuff happening simultaneously. You
Yeah,
know, it's
Bob
the
Ivan gets
distraction of the
murdered while I
picture.
do this. It's fine.
Bob Ivan needs to make me another willpower roll with your current willpower, minus 15 because you're in its face.
oh, come on,
That's
man.
not great.
Oh, that's not happening. That's not happening at all.
Anybody not currently talking or engaged in physical action, because somebody decided they were going to go ahead and pull out a whip. You are surprised in the brief moment in which the whip is extended, grabs a hold of the Nautilus shell, and pulls it out of Mitch's hands. And in that very same moment, Bob Ivan takes a step into the pool. Splash.
No,
Oh shit.
Bob, you can't swim. No.
Do you have swimming as a skill, Bob Ivan?
Hold on. No.
Cool. You cannot swim according to the rules of this game, so you will start to drown.
Heidi is going to immediately drop everything that she's carrying and dive.
Excellent. You're going into the pool.
We'll shoot the siren.
Excellent. I need a couple of rolls here.
Shit's
Number
getting
one.
bad.
Number one, I'm assuming you're going to take this opportunity to distract him further, Isabits, so you can try to blind him with your
My flash.
flash. Yes. You said you're trying to distract him, so you
Yeah.
can attempt that. That is a photography roll.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you don't have a camera with a super bright flash. It's not designed for it, so you'd be making your photography roll at a minus 20. Heidi, I need you to make me a swimming roll with your current stamina, obviously, which I don't think you've lost any, so you can just use swimming.
Bob doesn't have swimming, and his
Prof.
stamina's gone.
Professor, I need you to go ahead and make me that shot roll.
Is it at full, or is that flying?
You're still at the minus 10 because it is proficient with its melee weapons.
Oh, understood.
Unfortunately, that is a constant negative because it is aware
Just-
combat is happening.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
I am gonna. What did I get? I got 31, so that is. I'm gonna spend the 5 luck point to make that a high.
Okay. And stamina
I'm-
roll for Mitch.
I'm making my roll a crit, by the way.
Excellent.
Once I figure out the luck math, because I have tenure, motherfucker.
Okay, so you had a high result, right, Isabits?
Yes, it did.
Excellent. So Mitch will be blinded for the next round. Because even though he succeeded at the roll, you got a high, and he, with your negatives, did not. Did you pass on that swimming roll, Heidi?
I'm burning luck to make it a pass.
Okay, so you have you've jumped into the water after Bob Ivan, and for the moment you're managing to keep his head above water, even though he is basically dead weight. Ken, you have the conch. You have the Nautilus shell in your hand.
Yeah.
You snatched it from the enemy, just like Indiana Jones with your whip. This is
Oh, good
awesome.
stuff. I'm going to try and use the conch to tell her to go away. Right? I'd blow in the. Right? Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna blow into it.
Yeah. Sure.
Excellent. All right. There's no roll. This is just an item that you activate.
Mhm.
However, by activating it, you will lose 5 stamina and 5 willpower.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. All right. It's fine. Everything's fine here.
Yes, and for those of you not in the water, you hear the flutter of large wings.
Weird kaiju fighting. Great. Would I roll for damage for my crit?
Yes, I have to double check the damage of the crossbow. Last time you were not at optimal range for it. Now you are, so you get to do full damage instead of partial damage. Kid, you still have the weapon chart up?
I'm going back to it right now. I know where it's at. You said you got it as a critical?
Yeah.
Crits are weird in this system.
They are.
Everything is weird in this system.
Valid. Okay, you're using a crossbow.
I am.
Yep, he's just going to be using a
Okay.
stock one from the book.
Okay. Ooh, that is strike range 6. So with a crit, I believe that turns it into a strike range 10. Let me double check.
Does it have a K result on a crit for him?
Okay. Not that I see.
Okay, that particular weapon may not have the option for a knockdown. I mean, it's just a crossbow.
Oh yeah, I think it's mostly the melee weapons that have it. Right. Okay, so strike range 10. Jesus. That's 4d10 times 2 for stamina and 4d10 wounds.
Okay. So 10 is there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Times 2 is 56 stamina.
Jesus.
Damn.
And 26 wounds. Do
Oh,
not
boy.
fuck with tenure, motherfucker.
Shot him in the eye.
I'm trying to double check and see how many wounds it has.
Please say not enough.
Excellent. It's still functional, but barely. Like, holy shit.
Crits get rude.
And you were judging
Also-
us for min-maxing our characters.
No. I wasn't saying anything about min-maxing your characters. What I was saying is you don't want to have too many weaknesses.
And
Because imagine if you'd kept that willpower of 20, you could not have passed
Yeah.
the fear roll at all. You would have auto failed. So when it goes to do it again, which is what it's going to do now that it's been shot, again you would have auto failed while swimming, which means you would have started drowning automatically.
I also do want to stress, I am not good with the bow. I got a 47 total with the bow. I've rolled somewhat lucky in the fact that I have so much fucking luck points. I'm just like, no, these are crits now
So
because I have tenure.
It is once again going to scream the scream of fear. Now I need to roll to make sure what your negatives are towards your fear check. Oh wait, no, it just has a negative 25 fear when it does the scream. Never mind. So I need you to make me willpower checks with fear. Those of you that are wearing earplugs, which is all of you, it will instead be a negative 10.
Okay.
Bob Ivan, you fail. You're already under the throes of its siren song.
You said willpower, correct?
Yes, willpower.
That 55. Said minus 10.
Ooh.
Did
Okay.
Bob Ivan like auto drown the second he fell into water, considering he had like 1 stamina?
He
You
is
started.
drowning.
You start drowning.
I
At
got
the end of the round, you got a high.
In order to avoid running, I'm going to burn more luck to make that a success.
Excellent. How much luck do you have after that?
After that, I have 11 luck. I started with 67 on my 75 today. I've burned it down to 11.
Kenneth, I assume you failed.
I'm checking to see if I have enough luck to solve it.
Fair enough.
And you said this was a fear effect, right?
Yes, this is a fear effect. You do get, in fact, courage.
Cool. So that means I've got another 10 there.
I tell you what, your character's been overconfident. You faced the last one on your own and survived a couple of minutes fighting one by yourself. I'm not even going to count the negative 10 for you. You've done this before. You and your overconfident self.
Okay, then I can spend enough to get to a low then.
Excellent. Because you know what, that seems appropriate to me. You've already faced one of these things.
And I just called in backup, probably.
Probably.
Not what I was super hoping for, but it's better than nothing.
Okay, Heidi, you let go of Bob Ivan.
Yay.
And he once again starts drowning. You will immediately attempt to get out of the water and away from the creature. So, congratulations on, unfortunately, due to supernatural shenanigans, abandoning your charge.
How long does it take to drown again?
That's based off of his stamina,
Oh, so
Which
immediately.
I have 1.
which he has one. So, guess what he gets to do?
I get to
Round.
make 1 roll and drown.
The first round of drowning is a D10 worth of stamina damage. Luckily for you, the first round of drowning doesn't make you take automatic wounds for going over your stamina.
Okay.
They're very
there
nice
it
that
is.
first round of drowning. Hey!
Oh, you're at
exactly
0 stamina.
So you pass out.
Which is not a good thing to do in the
Not
water.
underwater, no.
No.
Oh,
All right.
Goodbye, Bob Ivan. Glug glug.
Glug, 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 glug.
At the beginning of the second round, because the brain make words good. Overhead windows. God damn it. Skylights. There you go.
You got there.
Because the skylights are open, another harpy or siren. Excuse me. I keep saying harpy
You
because
keep
my brain.
doing it.
Yeah, my brain always does the thing that D&D did, which is burn
Slam
women or
together?
harp. Yeah, slam them together. So that's where my brain is having trouble.
It's a
Another
Sharpie.
siren.
It's a
Another
Sharpie.
siren comes in through the open skylight and lands next to Ken and chirps at him, and you get the understanding that it is awaiting orders.
Amazing. Hmm.
By
Well,
the way,
that's-
this one again, it looks different from the other two.
Pass me the horn, Mr. Kane.
Are you top men?
Yeah, no. Mitch is, by the way, cursing up a storm, and he's gonna pull a knife from his pocket as he tries to clear his eyes, and he's screaming at Alexis, going, "You bitch! I'm gonna stab you."
Can I flash again? With my camera.
You can, or you could try to punch him while he's still blinded.
Just be like, I need
No,
to.
here's what we're gonna do.
Frantic clarification.
Here's what we're going to do. We're gonna go down the list and see what people want to do. We're gonna use the same order I did for intro. So we're gonna start with Professor Cuthbert.
Huh.
Professor Cropper.
Does it? Okay, so I'm sorry. In the mix of all of the insanity, I did not catch. Did Ken pass the fear check or no?
Yes.
Okay, so you're not running. Okay, understood.
Yeah, Ken's fine. He's doing
I
great.
didn't want Ken booking out of here with the horn. So if that's going to be the case, Isabet's odd or even?
Even.
Can't hurt the student. All right. I'm going to try to wing Mitch. Basically, plug him in the leg and make him drop.
Okay, you're gonna try and wing him with the crossbow.
This is going to cost me tenure.
Go ahead and roll your attack. He's not wielding a weapon, so you don't have to worry about the negative.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Actually, he's wielding a knife, but he's not proficient with the knife at all.
Do I get the +10 for him not realizing I'm going to shoot him?
Well, he's aware combat is happening, so
Alright.
unfortunately not.
That's still a hit. That's a medium result. I have not yet once missed with this crossbow.
We'll take care of damage simultaneously, so keep track of that medium result.
Can do.
Next on the list is, I believe it was Grace next. I'm not looking at the list.
Yes.
Yes.
I want her to like steal herself and get Bob Ivan the fuck out of the water.
All right, so we're going to require 2 rolls from you, and the second roll only counts if you pass the first one. I need you to make me another willpower roll, this time because you're recovering from fear, as opposed to being induced by it. You get to roll normally.
Here's hoping. I've not had very good luck. Oh, that's okay. That is
Excellent. I believe that's a high result for you.
That's high.
Excellent. Go ahead and make me a swim roll to see if you can keep Bob Ivan from continuing to drown.
That is a low result.
Excellent. He will not, as long as you're still holding on to him, at the end of the round, he will not drown.
But I can't get him out of the water.
Not with a low result. You need
Okay.
something higher than that. You can prevent him from drowning with a low result, but you cannot get him out of the pool without help.
He's very heavy.
Next is Ken.
Uh,
By the way, issuing an order is not an action, so you can still do something and issue an order.
Okay. Well, do I sick him on Mitch or on the bird?
Is Ken okay killing a man?
I can beat a thing with a woman's face to death with like less than half an hour ago. It's been a day for Ken. That being said, I will
Let them
Stick
fight.
bird on bird, probably. Don't.
yeah,
don't
I'll
man.
tell it to stop its sister. Stop the other siren.
Okay, it will attack the other siren. The 2 sirens will engage in combat. They're both because they both fly, they're both at -10s. Because that's basically, I'm just going to go ahead and get their dice rolls out of the way for combat. Kit, go ahead and roll me a D100 for your siren's attack.
Sure. It's not doing great. It's very confused at why I'm making it attack its sibling.
It very much is.
Granted, the
They're
other
both-
one's not doing great.
Yeah, no, they're both kind of like, there's room for them to fly, but not enough room for them to do like
Well,
combat flight.
I
So
mean,
they're both,
also, Mitch's siren has an arrow out of its eye. It's kind of distracted.
yeah, but it's not going to prevent it from fighting.
All right.
They're
and you
both
said-
basically like taking flight and trying to claw at each other in a limited space. It's very obvious they're used to flying around in open space versus, this is still a large area, so they have plenty of room, but this isn't open air, so it's hampering their ability to fight.
All right, and you said that wasn't my action, so with my action, I will turn one of the javelins around and throw the not sharp end at Mitch.
Okay, go ahead and make that throwing roll.
Sure. Are there any negatives?
No, not at this distance.
Cool. All right, hold on. Let me see what that is for.
Yeah, we'll need the result for the crossbow if you can look that one up too. You're unconscious. Unfortunately for you, unless you get stamina back, there's nothing you can do. Congratulations on being dead weight.
You're doing.
You're
great,
not
buddy.
drowning at least.
Yeah.
Alexis.
I want to use my camera to flash him again.
Okay. Then make that photography roll at the -20. I'm actually real surprised you just don't want to punch him in the face. You can punch him twice.
You're like,
Yeah,
punch,
but
punch, and then
my
flash, and then
photography
punch,
school,
punch.
my photography skill is better, so that's what I'm gonna go with.
Fair enough.
You said -20?
Correct.
Okay.
I believe that's a failure.
Hold on.
We got a lot of luck to use.
Hold on.
During the big final confrontation? Yeah.
Let me hold on. Let me see here. I have to math.
Well, you math that out.
Okay.
Kit, how much damage are you doing with the blunt end? Consider yourself like two
Should
lower.
Should we do the crossbow first?
Yeah, let's do the crossbow first. He got a medium result?
Yeah.
Let me ask, Kit, if you've got them both in front of you,
I have it in front of me. It's
I
up.
have enough luck to make it a high result, and that would burn the rest of my luck though to do so.
Okay. The difference. A medium result makes strike rank go up by 1. A high result makes it go up by 2.
So I have no idea.
It's
you have just said
40-10
words,
versus.
and
Hold on. I was getting there. I'm explaining how it goes in case some fool actually wants to run this system that's watching. Strike rank 7, which is the medium result, is 4d10 stamina, 1d10 wounds. Strike rank 8 is 5d10 stamina, 2d10 wounds.
Okay, I'm gonna do it since considering we have a lot of combatants.
I also used 15 luck to make that a low
Okay.
result.
Excellent.
So that was 5d10 stamina and then 4d10 wounds.
No, 5d10 stamina, 2d10 wounds.
2d10, gotcha.
Yeah, the 4d10 was when you got the crit earlier.
Right.
Mitch is blinded again, sadly.
He's having a bad day.
24 stamina to Mitch and 9 wounds.
Okay.
All right, and me attempting non-lethal, you said it dropped it by 2 ranks?
Yeah.
All right, so that starts at 4, that drops it to a 2. I spent 2 luck to turn it into a crit, which brings it back up to a 6, which will be 3d10 and then 1d5 wounds. You don't see d5s very often.
No, you don't.
No.
So, doot.
Though I guess it's the same thing with like D3s with a D6 system.
Yeah, like...
They're trying to make sure no one has to pull out a bunch of random new dice.
Yeah, I understand.
I got a story about D5s.
All right, so that is 18 stamina damage, and boop, 1 wound. Though I'm attempting to be non-lethal.
Yeah. Okay, so with the amount of stamina damage you have done, Mitch falls unconscious
Great.
because you have exceeded his stamina just barely.
All right, and next, I'll ask my bird since I can kind of understand it. Is there a way to send the other one away?
It does not know.
All right. I guess we do a murder then.
Yeah. At this point, because the other siren is injured, I'm going to forego any sort of dice rolls for combat.
Yes.
Um,
It did get pretty fucked by the professor.
Yeah, it did get pretty fucked by the professor. I would like Heidi to make me another swim roll to see if she can rescue Bob Ivan on her own before Alexis has to intervene.
Nice.
Mm. That
You want
is
Alexis to save someone?
that's a high result.
Excellent. You are able to push him over the lip of the pool onto the deck. He's breathing, but
Only technically.
yeah, he is. If he'd have been under even a little longer, he would have started swallowing water.
Right, so he's still breathing. No need for CPR.
Correct.
Cool.
Yeah, he was one round away from taking on water, and then the CPR would have had to have been done.
We're doing a great job.
The harpy, well, the siren. I keep saying harpy.
You do. It's your monster.
I know,
for
right?
Your adventure.
Yeah, the siren that was summoned by Mitch is eventually defeated. The friendly siren is standing next to Ken, apparently awaiting orders.
So, like, what's your name?
Jeez, you would ask that question. Now I have to
Of
come up
course
with
I would. He's friendly. Why wouldn't he ask?
And you did make him name NPCs earlier, so
Yes,
this is your fault.
Rabange. Rabang.
Martha Jane.
No, call her like Daphne or something.
That's actually, like, I looked up a bunch of names, and Daphne was one of the first ones that came up. I was like, yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah, she says that her name is Daphne.
Now, that being said, you said it was chirping, and I understood it. Is that everyone understood, or Ken
Nope.
does because he has the magical conch cell?
Ken does because he's the
Still
one who
not a
summoned
conch
it.
also.
Are you really ready to have that explanation with Ken right now?
You could also call her Ligeia.
Nope, I'm going with
One of-
Daphne.
Okay, actual siren name.
Like, hi Daphne, it's nice to meet you. Thanks for the help.
Well,
Kenneth,
there's more
please-
chirping, and she basically says, you made me send my sister Cora home.
Okay, so she did go home. That's good. Well, yeah, that's fine.
You can send her home too now, Mr. Kane.
Hmm? Yeah, well, I wanted to. It seems rude to at least not chat and say hello first. Like, we called her all the way out here.
Mr. Kane, please send the monster home.
Please, quickly, if you will. I need to call an ambulance.
I mean, nothing's stopping me from calling the ambulance, but okay.
There is a siren.
I mean, she would be gone before they got here. Anyways, thanks for your help, Daphne. Is there a way to like specifically call someone after this, or is it just give like random?
No one will be using the horn after this.
I'm not
Oh.
talking to you.
So long
Alexis
as I
is-
survive, you will always call me.
Oh, that's neat.
I thought
Granted.
you said it, quote, belongs in a museum.
Also, Kenneth, you are saying this out loud in English. We
Yeah.
are still hearing your half of the conversation.
Yeah, no, you guys are only getting half. It's very...
Yeah, no, you do get the response. Granted, my sister Calliope will probably not respond to the horn again. She did not like getting beaten with metal.
No, that makes sense. That would make sense. Okay, so it's like a volunteer thing. All right, that's.
We get to eat. The food here is the best.
Oh yeah, no, there's a great pizza place down the road. They do 24-hour. It's just great.
What is pizza?
What? That's a crime right there. Yeah, I'll see if we can't order some later. I'll see if I can't call you for that later.
May I go home? Am I released?
Oh yes, of course, yeah.
Okay, so for those of you who didn't watch the other siren disappear, this one sort of turns into like an amorphous blob of strangely colored water, which then evaporates like immediately.
Is it the same kind of strangely colored water that we initially fished out of this pool?
No,
Okay.
By the way, if you actually go check his research, that was both clay and blood in the water. Which, by the way,
Oh,
now the
interesting.
pool's uncovered. Alexis, can you make me a perception check? I'll give you a plus 20.
Oh, okay.
Justice for Ghost Shoe.
Be...
Bob Ivan was in a people stew. Oh my.
Are you? I mean, it. Okay.
Did you
hold
fail?
up. Hold up.
Yeah.
I did. You don't
Yeah.
know. But yes, I did. Not by much though. Only by 4 points. I'm gonna burn the rest of my luck. Fuck it.
Excellent. That's cool because we're
Um,
getting ready to wrap up.
Yeah, I figured.
So,
Um,
one thing you didn't notice because of the way the pool was covered before, there's a black tennis shoe that's stuck on the lip that catches the excess water when people are splashing around too much.
uh-huh.
Oh shoot.
So when you pull it out, yeah, it's a shoe. There is unfortunately a human foot in it.
Just gonna set it down and take pictures.
And yeah, it's probably is one of the reasons why the water was red. There's no more blood in the foot, by the way.
Or the body that was attached to the foot.
Oh no, that got eaten.
Oh yeah, they got 8/100.
This place has the best food.
Yeah.
Alexis, please tell me you got a picture of Mr. Mitchelson with a knife in his hand.
I mean, you had to. That's why you flashed him.
Okay, because then I shot him in the leg with a crossbow just to protect a student, not deranged teacher goes off the deep end and loses his
Not for
tenure.
fun.
We watched.
You have
We
to protect
watched
the tenure.
him. We watched him shove.
Bob
Can't
Ivan.
remember, but what is your last name?
Harold.
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 We
No,
watched.
no
him
one's bothered
shove-
to ask me until now.
Listen.
Harold.
you're unconscious. Shut it. We watched him shove Mr. Herald into the pool, obviously injured. Agreed?
Agreed. I do go. God.
I'm going to go call emergency services.
I'm going to go
I'm
find
gonna.
a phone that is not in this building, and I'm going to call the dean.
Hmm.
That's what I was gonna.
Okay, Alexis. They're talking about like hiding a conspiracy.
She's gonna write it up the way she's gonna write it up, and you're not gonna know until you see it printed.
To be fair, people might think this story's kind of crazy.
I mean,
Clearly, Alexis had a psychotic break from all the
Or-
stress she puts herself under.
or teacher goes crazy and starts attacking students with a crossbow because he's so stressed out, because of tenure.
And the fraud allegations.
And the fraud allegations.
Yeah, wait a minute. The only stress in my life before this was you.
Well,
That
To be
being
fair,
said,
it was a lot of stress.
agree to disagree.
Miss Fletcher, there is also a third option. Long-term undercover research that will eventually lead to a memoir book deal.
National Enquirer.
You will know what I decided to do when the next paper comes out, and that is all I'm going to say. Honestly, I will not.
Considering
be
the fact that one of the choices you said ends with me getting arrested, I would like to know.
So you, after this short conversation, you leave and go call the dean.
Yeah.
Ken, you're doing what?
I was planning to call the dean as well, so I probably just follow the professor.
Okay. So
I
you
think-
call.
I think like literally as I'm waiting to call up, like two things happen. One, I reach over and take the horn out of your hands and set it on the desk, and two, I reach over and just slap the whip out of your hands and go back to like as I'm waiting for her to pick up the phone.
Hey, that was the most useful thing to say. I beat a siren thanks to that thing.
He did, and he saved you from having to worry about that stupid Nautilus shell.
I did a great job. You should be happy I
The
brought
phone
him.
rings a couple times, and the dean answers.
I think for the first time, instead of calling her Samantha, he says Dean Woodrow. That side
Oh, that's
project
never good.
you had me look into. It has been resolved. Conversely,
Has.
I did hear about an injury happening in the sports facility here. I believe one of the maintenance staff is calling an ambulance as we speak. Just giving you a heads up that you may want to make your way to the campus.
Of course, this happens every time. Injuries to how many students?
Three.
Three.
Three in total. I said three. I can count. Three in total. One unconscious. Well, two unconscious. Unconscious. Words. That word's not going to work today. One still among us walking.
I see. Were there any equipment malfunctions?
I do believe there was a short out of the cameras in the sports facility, unfortunately.
I see. Very well. I will make my way there after I make a few phone calls. And then she hangs up.
Yep.
Doesn't take very long for the EMTs to show up. While they're doing that, what are people doing?
Are they the same ones that showed up yesterday? Or no, sorry, this morning?
This morning.
Chad and Chaz? Somebody suggested I name an NPC that earlier.
No, this is Brett and Damon.
While they're showing up, by the way, because it will still take them a couple of minutes. Is anybody doing anything in particular?
I am going to swing back to Mrs. Bäcker to snag her keys and go and tamper with the camera, the recording tapes.
Oh, by the time you actually get there, there's a security guard at the front door going, "Sorry, we can't let anybody in. There's an equipment malfunction. We have a tech in there."
Good to know. Just checking out. There were some flickering lights. I wanted to check them out. Thank you. And I turn around and walk away. Give her the keys back. That's fantastic news. I will have put the crossbow away by now.
Pulled the crossbow bolt out of the kid's leg and plugged it.
Yeah, he's just there's all these like javelins and arrows around here. He must have like hurt himself.
Excellent. The EMTs will show up. They'll check out Ken. Ken's got a few wounds that'll take some time to heal, but they're just like, yeah, we can take you in, get you stitched up if you want. They are definitely taking Bob Ivan to the hospital, and they are taking Mitch to the hospital. They're unconscious and they cannot say no.
Heidi calls her husband.
Heidi will.
Unfortunately, he doesn't pick up because he's busy at the moment.
Oh, he better hope he picks up.
Further showing that he does not actually exist.
Are you using like the janitor's office phone, or are you going to a payphone?
Yeah, office phone.
Excellent. Since it's a number that he recognizes, he will definitely pick it up because caller ID existed in 1996.
Wow.
He does. We do *69 and call him.
All right, can we? She's going to ask to be picked up, and let's fade to black with that.
Excellent. So Heidi removes herself by going, "I need you to come get me," and he definitely says that she will be able to, she will be retrieved. Are his exact words.
Is she dating a supervillain?
Possibly.
Maybe.
You're the
We
one
don't
who
know.
made him an international man of mystery.
He's a Schrodinger.
He's a rogue accountant.
He's a rogue.
No, that's what a supervillain will put on their taxes.
Ken, what are you doing? Are you going to the hospital with them? Or are you?
Oh no, like this is nothing. Like this is some bad scratches, sure, but they'll be good in like a week.
Yeah, they'll bandage you up and let you go on your way.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna go order some pizzas.
Okay.
Yeah. One, I'm hungry, and two, I promised to Siren I would let them try pizza.
Yeah, no.
So you're going to McGinty's to get pizza.
While he's gone, I am locking up the horn and like standing watch over it until Samantha shows up.
Excellent. Excellent. Alexis, what are you doing? I'm just saving you for last on purpose.
She is making sure that she has taken pictures of everything that would be important. And then she is scampering away to go to her room.
Yep.
Scamper.
What's she gonna call the story? A case of London waves?
Yes.
The siren's call.
Excellent. So the last thing we're going to deal with here is Professor Cropper meeting with Dean Woodrow, and she will meet you wherever you told her to meet you.
I think I'm down in the stacks, like in front of the door. Like I'm at the Bible, that we've talked about before. Like just basically just sitting. Like I have the thing in a box on my lap. I'm just like sitting and waiting for her. And I think she finds him repeating the events over and over again to himself to try to cement it in his memory, because it's the evidence has happened that stuff has happened that he's just forgotten, and he doesn't want to forget this time. So he's just constantly, we heard a sound, there was a scream, we ran to go find it, and then just starting at 3 sessions ago and just recounting everything over and over again to himself.
Excellent. So she lets you basically get to a pause point and says, "I hear you succeeded, Professor. Can you show me the item that caused this event?"
Here, or should we do this? And he motions to the doorway into the S.P.O.O.F library behind him.
She nods.
We go back. I found a table. I open it. I remove the horn itself, and then I'll pull the actual scroll detailing it, as well.
Excellent. All right, you can leave this here. I will have somebody retrieve it and put it in a secure location. Rather you not know where it's going, as you are aware of what this does. Ken,
Uh-huh.
how are you tracking down the horn with your pizzas?
I mean, I know about the stacks too. I can't. That's actually the first place I think he would look.
Fair enough.
Because the professor was the one who had it, and that's where the secret stuff is. That seems to make logical sense, right?
Yep, that's fair. I'll let you know when you show up.
Okay.
So, and she asks you to recount the events of the case. At which point, when you start recounting the events from your perspective, she actually produces from one of the nearby desks a actual notebook where she starts taking notes, writing things down, from your perspective. And she's basically going to approach each of your characters, if you're available, once you're available, with the same thing, to recount the case and then create a case file for it.
He will hold nothing back. He will
Excellent.
tell her everything that he knows about everything, including his misgivings about Kenneth wanting to summon more sirens, just because Kenneth likes making friends.
So it's about the time where the part of the story where you say he blew the horn when Ken comes in
Oh, Ken's
with
gonna
a
die.
pile of
Oh,
pizzas.
Hey,
The dean is here. You can see the Nautilus shell sitting on the counter.
oh good, I was looking for that.
Mr.
I-
Kane,
Hi. What you guys doing?
I'm taking an account from the professor for the events of the last couple of days. I will need you to be able to recount those to me as well, but is there something we can assist you with?
Oh, no, I just need the horn for like, I don't know, 10 minutes? How fast do you think a siren eats a pizza? Better make it 20.
All right. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to roll me a personality. Because
Sure.
the dean is like completely baffled by your
99.
request,
90.
you will not get any negatives.
Woo! That's a
This thing eats your soul every time you use it.
only a little. A little. I will spend the 2 luck to make that a high success.
Excellent. She's curious to see how it works, so she will follow you up to the roof to watch you blow the Nautilus horn.
Oh, all right, we can do it on the roof, I guess.
We're not doing.
Like we could have done it down here, I
Do
think.
it on the roof.
And then again, they came from the sky, but they disappeared in what? Whatever. Let's go to the roof, and I'll bring the pizzas to the roof with the horn.
I'm going to.
Excellent. You blow the horn, and Daphne shows up. You can see from a distance what looks like a cloud forming that turns into her basic shape and then solidifies. At which point she flies down and lands next to you, and she's like, "Hi again. Did you need me for something?"
Yeah, I promised pizza.
Pizza? She looks down at the boxes.
Yeah.
What strange manner of food is this? It looks, and then she like pokes it with a clawed foot. It does not look like it is edible.
I promise that it is. And if you allow Kit to have a moment, the whole sirens only eating people thing is actually something that was added later on.
Oh no, I didn't say they only eat people. Like she's
no,
used to. Like
I'm throwing it out there for our less than who didn't have a deep, strange mythological phase amongst our viewers.
Who didn't have a deep, strange mythological phase?
one of my coworkers apparently
say-
doesn't know what the Odyssey is. So yeah.
What?
I once
What?
at work got into like a 20-minute like spiral because my coworker didn't know who Thor was.
No.
And these are after the Marvel movies came out.
I read the Odyssey in 3rd grade for funsies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. So, yeah, the sirens normally will eat like seafood and people because a lot of the monsters in Greek myth are man eaters.
I mean, everything in mythology is a man-eater, it seems like.
Yeah. So she's referring to the cardboard when she's like, it does not look edible.
Oh, yeah, I will open it, and I'm gonna... Ken's a nice guy. He probably got like 5 or 6 different kinds of pizza for her to try.
Yeah. So when you give her one, she will eat it and proclaim it to be absolutely delicious, and she will ask you if she can take the rest home to her sisters.
Oh, yeah, no, sure.
As soon as you say sure, she's gonna like put one foot on top of the pizza boxes, and then like do the whole disappearing act, and the pizzas go with her.
And I
And-
could have went to a beautiful siren world.
And be eaten, which is what they did to every other victim.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, they were totally gonna eat.
Yeah. So, the dean then takes the Nautilus shell back, says that she will see you in a couple of days. She'll have you called to her office, and then she goes back downstairs with the professor to finish recounting his share of the story. When everything is said and done, the dean will approach each of your characters, if they're still in town, because I know Heidi was planning on getting the fuck out. And whether if your character, she will try to inquire if your character remembers about the events of the case. This is your chance to decide whether or not your character actually will continue. Should I choose to do another game set in a time frame in which they could carry on? The professor seems like he wants to continue on.
Ken's
Because he wants to
down.
remember these events. Ken is like, yeah, hell yeah, this is great.
Yeah, his entire life and beliefs has just been validated over a weekend.
Excellent.
No.
Bob Ivan never remembered again.
The player, do. Bob Ivan Herald is done with this.
Bob Ivan Herald explains the entire situation away as an attack by a wild red tail, because it is, bird claws.
Yep.
Questions whether or not he should continue his PhD here, and transfers to another school.
Yep.
Never to return.
Perfect.
Never
I'm
seen
still confused
or
about
heard
that because
from
at the beginning of this, he was a graduate student, not a PhD student. So I'm really, really curious what happened in like the day that this all took place. How
he got
went from
dropped by a bird on his head.
A graduate. I mean, can't a graduate student also refer to someone? No, it would be postgraduate, wouldn't it?
Nope.
Yeah, he's a post-grad student. It's the way he and I discussed it. He was working on his PhD, so
Okay.
that was a distinction issue on my part.
No worries. I was just confused because he kept saying
Yeah.
graduate student at first, and then all of a sudden it was a PhD student, and I was like, that does not. That
Yeah,
doesn't
he's
make sense.
definitely post-grad.
Okay.
Sorry, that's because I don't have that continuity
That's
because I've never gone to college. So
That's
I'm
fair.
like, something grad student.
Yeah,
That's
that-
fair.
That was a distinction issue on my part, completely forgetting that PhD students are considered post-grad. So that's on me, not on him. Heidi,
Mm-hmm.
has Heidi forgotten? Does she remember? Has she left? What's up with Heidi?
Oh, she remembers. The first thing that she does is beg her daughter to transfer schools, but I imagine her daughter puts her foot down.
Her daughter doesn't want to because Hunter Blackwood University has the best program for what she's studying.
Yep. She quits her job and she starts following her husband. She travels. She literally doesn't have to work. She did it for self-fulfillment. Because she liked her job and also wanted to stay. She did it so that her daughter could get reduced tuition. But
Strangely enough, even with you quitting, your daughter retains her reduced tuition.
Yep.
I wonder
She-
why.
she travels
as-
Perhaps a
with
fancy
her
gift.
rogue accountant.
Schrodinger's
husband.
husband.
And as
He
his
may or may not
soul-shaped
be committing
airship
active-
rises above the clouds, and he looks down upon the peons who
No, he's just an accountant that works a lot of high-profile companies as a contractor, so he travels a lot.
So
He may or
that's
may not
also-
have evaded taxes once or twice in his life,
that-
though.
Maybe
that,
not.
that I guess is
Right.
my last important question. Did Heidi actually think he was an accountant? Or did she think that Rogue Accountant was a cover for something much, much deeper? And then kind of has the realization of, oh, you are just an accountant, huh?
No, she's
Okay.
always known that he's just been a regular accountant. He's just an accountant.
As
They met in school after she immigrated to America. He's a swell guy.
similar to how this story ends, the story began. The story ends with someone closing the case file for the case of Sound and Waves, and you can hear them say to themselves, "Huh, you'd have thought more of them would have stayed on. Usually they do." And then we fade to black. Thank you so much for the first case using Chill Second Edition. I may rethink using it if I decide to do this again. I may continue using it just because, this is a horror system. Who cares?
It's
Um,
actually a lot of fun despite the jank.
I feel like for all the jank that it has, Call of Cthulhu actually kind of fills all of its notches.
Well, I mean, if you think this is a system that is like Call of Cthulhu-esque without using the Cthulhu mythos.
Yeah.
It's a very similar system. There's some weird stuff about it, and if I could remember more about the system, because I've learned so many, I forget rules. It would definitely run a little smoother. I hope you guys actually enjoyed it, no matter how weird the system runs.
Absolutely.
Thank you for the audience for watching. I hope you enjoy it when it gets uploaded to YouTube. I had a lot of fun planning this, and I've got some more cases in mind, and I'll be asking people potentially to come back when I decide to do another short run game on Shadows of Nox, or
Also,
what?
If you are watching the YouTube of this, go down below, write a comment of a random case file that you think is in Spoof's files. Make it obscure, make it fun, make it something that's going to make people think, and maybe that'll show up later.
Yeah, I might use cases if people put it in the comments. That'd be great. That means less ideas I have to come up with.
Oh, also, I wanted to say, Bob Ivan Herald is a wonderful person who recently passed several years ago. I think during the COVID, if not before the COVID, and he is the actor who he is several of the actors who played what's his name? Spangler. Dr. Spangler in Ghostbusters. And so when he passed, all three of the men who cameoed as him or were his like stunt doubles throughout the 2 movies that he did for Ghostbusters. So Bob was one, and then Ivan was another, and then his last name is Herald. So I just took the 3. That's the whole reason behind Bob Ivan.
That makes sense.
A ghost-busting reference to our spoofing files.
And unfortunately, for those of you who didn't get in for the spooky snacks, it's too late for this game. But you should watch Destination Investigation tomorrow to get in your entries for the spooky snacks.
And then again on Sunday for 10 Candles. Monday should be the premiere of season 8, I think, of Paranormal Albany. So yeah, you still have more chances tomorrow, Sunday.
And
Monday.
then I think we're doing it Avatar
Tuesday.
also. It's
Yep,
going to be available during
Avatar
Avatar.
Tuesday.
Yeah, Avatar
And then
Tuesday,
for
Power Rangers Wednesday, and sorry, go ahead.
And then just for part, I was skipping over. My brain never. I could, because of the off weeks of it only appearing on the YouTube and the podcasts. My brain never remembers which one we are for Power Rangers.
That's fair. That's what I'm here for. I'm not
then
good for
Thursday
much,
for
but I am
aliens.
good for knowing what's going on.
You are good for
Shadows
plenty.
of
Shush you.
Nox.
She's good for all kinds of things. This game would not have happened if she hadn't helped me out. I'm just saying.
I just ran tech.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, so Power Rangers on Wednesday, and then you have Aliens on Thursday. That is gonna be your last chance until I tell you no more. So you're gonna want to get in early because I'm gonna cut it off probably about 15-30 minutes before the game's over, because I'm gonna have to have time to do it because I am doing everything that night. So get in here early and get your two entries.
Yeah,
I will tell you
it might be a
this.
short game if we all die. Just saying.
This is
Yeah.
very true. And I will tell you this, if you are not somebody that I usually talk to, you're going to want to make sure that you respond to my messages either on Twitch or on Discord, because if you don't, you're not going to win. So if you win and you don't respond to me, I'm moving on to somebody else because I'm not playing that game this time. The last time I did a raffle, people weren't responding me and it just took way too long. So you have like a day to get back to me and then I'm moving on to somebody else. So if you're not friends with me, if you don't usually talk to me, or if I don't know somebody who usually talks to you, make sure you pay attention to your messages because I will message you.
Hooray! Make sure you pay attention if you won.
because you're gonna miss out if you don't respond to me. Somebody else is gonna get your goodies.
Also, I want to point out that YouTube, you will not be able to enter hashtag spooky snacks to win anything. I'm so sorry.
That being said, YouTube still put in the comments
Still
hashtag
like and
spooky snacks,
subscribe.
because we'll get that engagement.
All right.
Yeah.
On that note,
Bye.
I think we're good.
Yep. Bye, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Ah, oh no, what did I do?
Have a good
Okay, I didn't do
one.
anything. Okay, don't listen to me. I'm fine. We'll be back tomorrow. See you tomorrow night.
See you tomorrow night, guys.